All right. We are live. Browns versus Patriots. Last game before the bye week. It's a road game. See who's going to get the ball to start.
Working with a rookie quarterback, strong defense, coming off a victory over Miami, where his team did a lot of things right, and hoping that will continue against one of the hottest teams in the NFL.
Browns wearing the all white. They're going to start with their defense on the field. They won the toss.
Second half, so Andre Schmidt will be kicking off, back to receive a couple of Patriots. Terrell Jennings and Travion Henderson. Patriots the only team in the NFL this season that has a kickoff return for a touchdown. That was Antonio Gibson week 2. He is on injured reserve, and this from the goal line. It'll be Henderson.
Ooh, good tackle.
Stop short of the 28-yard.
Good job, Diabite. All right, Drake May's coming on the field. Now, Drake May has been one of the more impressive young quarterbacks in the NFL over the last few weeks. Look at that, 91.3% completion percentage. He's drawing comps anywhere from Ben Roethlisberger to Josh Allen, right? Like, capable of a lot of different throws. Really going to be his first test against a really strong defensive line, and a first test for this young offensive line as well.
They mentioned on film or somewhere once a week at least.
Browns get some penetration there and force them into a 2nd and 9.
And they're coming off 175 rush yards, their best of the year last week.
Yeah, no question about it. And one guy who's the big-time drive starter, Stephon Diggs, he's a dude that I just love watching, not only on first down in the slot, but also third down. He's their chain mover, and he's a guy they've got to get involved early in this contest.
All right, get him in the 3rd and long early. All right, not great.
Well, the Browns defense marked the only team in the top 5 when it comes to stopping the run and the pass. They allow the fewest yards per game in the league.
Yeah, they have been amazing, and they've got 2 big-time players. We always talk about Myles Garrett, but in that secondary, Denzel Ward, he's a legitimate lockdown corner. Usually plays on the left side of the defense.
All right, 1st and 10.
Runs to start for the Patriots. Made to throw. It's a quick throw. And
he dropped it.
Hang on with Kayshon Boutte.
All right, 2nd and 10.
Across midfield.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. I mean, this is such an accurate throw, and this is what Drake May has been so good at. Look at that, right on the hands of the wide receiver, picking out the guy in combination that is your guy and delivering a strike on time. And it's
all right, 2nd and 10 here.
Been so good. That's what
the first drive's going to be some of their best stuff, right? Going to be their scripted plays. Browns in a double mug look.
Second down 10 from the pocket.
They got pressure here. Oh, and he outran Devin Bush. They had a spy on Drake May. He just outran him.
Into Cleveland territory, to the 42-yard line.
And this is one thing he's done such a great job of. He's going to check the front side of this right here, and when he doesn't see what he likes, 1-2, go make something happen with my feet. They want him to get the 3 and 4 on the opposite side, but that is what keeps drives moving. First downs, he's been exceptional so far this year.
Picked up 16. He's run it 45 times this year. His average better than 4.5 per pop. Henderson the back.
Little sweep toss. That's going to be successful.
Plenty of blocking out in front, and the ground game churning for the Patriots.
Love this kind of misdirection. They already ran a fullback inside.
Got to try to hold him to a field goal now.
Hard to get outside this Cleveland Browns.
Look, this week we said we knew you're going to have to put up points to win.
Line up so wide. That time they get the flip, so they already get to the perimeter of that defense. Really nice play call by Josh McDaniels.
And he said that Henderson would get more carries this week along with Stevenson. Travion only had a couple last week, picked up 18, and now May to throw, and he has time. And he's going to get out of the pocket.
Good job, Schlesinger.
22-yard line.
One thing I've always loved about young quarterbacks is, and I always told him this, Chris, hey man, keep me at a third down and long situations. Give me a couple of yards, scramble for a few. There you saw it again.
Great job by Schlesinger, recognizing and just attacking.
Defense didn't like what he saw.
Third option before running. But
2nd and 7.
back to Stevenson.
That's another great job by Schlesinger getting in that gap there because they had that alley sealed up.
Because
Excuse me.
more decisive at the line of
Yeah, they had the alley sealed up. The linebacker did a great job getting in there.
Remember, 4 of the 5 starters are different than they were.
All right, got to get them here. This 3rd and 5 here. Got to get them here.
They are still working together.
You want to get them off the field? This is the best spot to do it.
Much better last week, and so far today.
Got to get this one here.
Running the football.
third down 5. Where's Myles Garrett? Stevenson, top of your screen.
Got to call timeout. They're going to get it.
And he throws caught inside the 5. It'll be a first and goal.
Confusion over the middle of the field about whose assignment was there. You know, you can see Devin Bush screaming about something there. I wonder what happened there.
Here. Decided it's just not something you expect from a running back. He is a chain mover. You know, you look at him, he is a big, strong, physical back. Stevenson is one of those.
Yeah, they won it on the angle.
Between the tackles, now all of a sudden I can split him out and run a slant. Come on.
That was your best chance to get him off the field.
Stevenson the back.
Now it's going to be tough sledding unless they get a penalty. Or that. That's going to be helpful.
And he just got swallowed up the minute he got the football by Alex Wright.
Well, this is one of those situations. You get those wide defensive ends, man. Watch how hard he comes down here and penetrates on the tackle trap. That's Moses. Meet him in the backfield. We always go trap the trapper if you play defense. You saw it right there from Alex Wright. He went and took the punishment to Moses for that lost gain there on the run game.
Loss of 4.
All right, 2nd and go.
And a throw.
Oh, almost picked off.
Crowded in there trying to get the ball to Diggs. It'll be 3rd and goal. Obviously a passing
Delpit okay?
situation. It looks like Delpit is slow getting up in that secondary. Delpit came in with a toe injury. He's up and moving.
Yeah, and then you start looking at what do you do here in these third down situations if you're New England. One of the movement guys they use so
3rd and
well
goal.
in this offense. Matt Hollins, maybe use some type of motion, get him involved in the game.
And the tight end's always a target. You saw Jim Schwartz, his defense on 3rd and goal. What is May going to do?
Myles Garrett. Big stop there. Don't love that you let him get the points,
Setting sack.
but getting that stop there, it's big. Big play by Myles Garrett. They gave him too much time.
You want to find out where 95 is right here. Watch, they're going to use 2 guys, 1, 2.
Yeah, they used 2, and he just swooped through him. Great job.
Then slap this hand of the second guy, Will Campbell, and still get to the quarterback. Unbelievable work by that guy, 95. He is one of the best I've watched.
108th and a half sack. Fastest player to that mark under the age of 30. And the 36-yard field goal is good by Andy Borregales. He surpasses Reggie White. Myles Garrett.
Wow, he passed Reggie White. So don't love that you let him get down the field that easily, right? Couple of plays there where they got a little bit too easy. But what you do like, stiffen up towards the goal line, really getting, 2 negative plays in that one set on the goal line to force a field goal. If you're gonna let them drive to the 20, just don't let them get a touchdown there. That's big. That's their opening drive too. Remember, that's going to be a lot of their most scripted stuff, a lot of their game plan stuff. So now that they've shown what their game plan is going to be to Cleveland, Cleveland's going to have the opportunity now for the rest of the game to be able to adjust to those concepts that they showed in that first drive. So You know, that's the best chance to be super effective for that offense is that first drive. So being able to hold them to a field goal there after how that drive was looking is a win there. I'm just eating breakfast sandwiches. Yeah, keeping it to a field goal. It's fine. I'll be right back.
From the Kelly Blue Book Best.
But yeah, solid enough start for the defense. I mean, again, see how this offense looks now. Look, you're not going to win this game scoring 9 points, scoring 17 points. You got to score more than 20 to win this game. You saw how good that offense was for the Patriots. So not going to be one of those games you could just win by not scoring. Browns got to put up points. We got to see this offense make some progress in that front.
Fox Sports app right now. Enter for free a shot to win your share of $10,000 in cash prizes. Check out the Fox Sports app for details. An impressive opening drive.
First super chart of the day from Richard Baker. Q, you dressing up for Halloween? Go Browns. I am actually dressing up for Halloween this year.
A team that only gives up 77 a game. Chance for Cleveland to respond. Andy Gallants, who knocked through that field goal a moment ago. High in the landing zone. And on the return, Don Sampson. And gets up.
Got it to the 30.
Backwards. Where Cleveland will start on offense. Still in Gabriel, Hawaiian-born, third-round draft pick this year from Oregon. This is fourth NFL start. He's protected the football well, and that's where it starts for him.
I'd really like to get him into a rhythm early today. So far, the first 3 games offensively just hasn't shown off his accuracy, hasn't gotten to a rhythm. That's what they want
All right, Dylan.
today on the offensive side of this football.
Winshaw Judkins, second-round pick from Ohio State, who has burst on the season.
With the Patriots' obsession with Stevenson, Travion gashing this defense, and they said, okay, hold on. They blew up that screen.
Losing yardage. Tyrus Tonga making the play.
Yeah, Travion was gashing this defense, and they said, okay, thanks, Travion. Let's get Ramondre out there.
Yeah, let's talk about
It was more the concepts that they were blocking with that was killing the Browns instead of Travion, right? Like, they were just winning up front on those plays. I think the difference is they stopped winning up front when they got closer to the goal line. That's really what happened. It wasn't a Travion Ramondre thing.
Second and 12. Judkins.
Again, the Browns have no way to force a team into nickel, right? That's the biggest problem. We cannot force a team into nickel to save our lives right now. Look how heavy everything is. Look how bunched everything is. It's like that because they feel like it has to be, but look how condensed that makes the field, right? And now when they're in the 3rd and 12, you know, they're not going to be able to really execute at a high level off of this because look how condensed they are. They can't spread anything out right now.
Gabriel fires. Catch made by his
Fannin.
Who's going to get a first?
Big time, Fannin.
Receiver on the
Big time.
Harold Fannin Jr. and the rookie moves it all the way upfield for a Browns first down.
Yeah, you know what? When you get into these pick routes, you're going to get somebody coming from that side. make sure you get that.
They blitz, forget underneath. Good little rub route.
Who has to avoid the pick, and that creates a wide open opportunity underneath for Gabriel to deliver the strike to Fannin.
Way to hit the layup.
This kid is become special and a go-to receiver for the young quarterback.
Going Sampson in the backfield with Judkins. That was a 19-yard pickup. And it's
Little run out the spread here.
across midfield.
I like that. And they're back midfield.
And I mentioned Quincy Judkins. He's a guy that, to me, Chris, he just needs to understand every time I get the ball, it's not about an extra cut behind the line of scrimmage. It's about one cut, put your foot in the ground, and then go dig out a nasty 4 yards. Like I call them +2 runners. You block it for 2, you get me 4, 4.5. We stay in front of the chains. We stay on schedule as an offense. They need that today.
At 25
They're rolling this.
That was his high as a pro. Inside handoff to
Oh!
inside the 20.
The Stefanski end-around game has been good this year. It's kind of the wild part of this season.
His offense.
Great job.
Yeah, well, I love what you do in the backfield here, right? We're going to set
Big hitter right here.
across the formation. He plays inside a little bit. You pop it out there, and then it's all about tackling.
Malachi's been really good when you get the ball in his hand, man.
8, 9-yard gains to 20, 23, 25, 30-yard gains. You've got to be a short tackler. Jones out there in space. I'm not saying it's easy, but you got to be able to make that tackle.
31-yard gain. Tevin Jenkins, the extra lineman, is in from inside the 20 of the Patriots. Gabriel fires.
Got him.
For his tight end.
Touchdown! What? Let's go! What a drive! What a drive! That is the efficiency that we're talking about. We want to see more from the Cleveland Browns offense. That was clean, cool, well called. That's a Kevin Stefanski plus right there. Woo! That was a hell of a drive. Look at that. Wow.
From the inside receiver fan into the edge.
Wow.
Out of the backfield, they just lose him.
That is a feather in the cap of the offensive staff, that drive. Let's make the extra point. We got it.
The extra points. The Browns respond.
Wow, nice.
Rookie to rookie for Fannin Jr. His
That was amazing.
touchdown catch of this season, delivered by Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, I mean, like you talk about like not even asking your quarterback to do much there. Mighty says go Browns with the $2 super chat. Appreciate you, Mighty. Yeah, that's the Kevin we remember. When people are like, give me one reason the Browns should keep Kevin Stefanski. That's the dude people want to keep. That's the dude who won Coach of the Year 2 years in a row. I mean, not 2 years in a row, but 2 years, right? That's the kind of stuff that we were hoping we see more of this season. Now, it's just one drive, right? You got to see it happen consistently. But that's more like the Kevin Stefanski offense that people have, grown to have an appreciation for. We'll see if he can continue it. It's one thing to, get a hot drive here or there. Got to continue it. Absolutely true. No doubt about it. Absolutely true. We got 1,000 people in chat here. How many likes we got? Y'all got to hit that like button, y'all. I've seen enough Kevin best play caller all time. Jim L makes a good point. Our rookies are getting better, Q. I think that's a great point, Jim, right? We talked about this offense was always going to get better at the end of the season than they were at the beginning of the season because they were relying so much on rookies. And right there, right, like we've seen Harold Fannin drop that ball a couple of times this season. He capitalizes on it, scores the touchdown. Some pretty good blocking, too, from the Cleveland Browns on that one. Just good execution. So great point there, Jim. Great point. DB Dog says that's Kevin scripted right there. Yeah, that is signature Kevin Stefanski scripted drive right there. He really had them schemed up well. They executed well. That's the kind of stuff that, that's why people are so disappointed in the offense right now, not because they're playing bad, but because we haven't seen that, signature from your coach, right, who's supposed to be a factor here. We got to see. You know, it's early. It's early. It's only 7 points. You're going to need more than 7 to win. If this O-line can block a little bit, this can work, says Ray Rags. I hope that's true. But really good start here for the offense. I mean, best start of the season for the offense.
Recognized as National Tight Ends Day, and these teams, they've had some great ones in their history. Ozzie Newsome, Hall of Famer, and of course, 3-time Super Bowl champion Rob Gronkowski. You see him on Fox pregame show. He had a nice chat with Greg May moments ago. Rookie to rookie, as the tight end playing more because of the injury to Njoku.
Appreciate the super chat, DB Dog. Already answered out.
Scheming that up wide.
Great job.
In the flat, nobody has him actually at the corner, but nobody has him. Really nice job of execution and design by the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, 3 for 3 on that drive. Gabriel and had a couple of catches. Each team moving the ball offensively. And a 7-3 Cleveland lead. Back to receive Travion Henderson. Not sure what the delay is here.
Rookies doing better week by week. Let's go from Nirvana fan. Absolutely. And they started off from a good place to begin with, you know.
Henderson from the 5.
Good contain.
Across the 32-yard line, back on offense.
Hey, don't get the penalty. Don't get the penalty.
And the Patriots. On the pregame, you heard Howie Long discussing when he was drafted as the third quarterback ticket, and what a difference in completion percentage that jumps out. But also, he's protected the ball well while still getting the ball to different receivers and throwing it deep.
At 67% his rookie year, that's not too shabby. Think about this too. Changed coordinator, so he's in a whole new offense, new terminology, the whole 9 yards to have this kind of success early.
Good run fit by Hickman. Got to make the tackle though with more violence.
35. Let's get a game break. And check in with Carissa Thompson. Carissa?
Thank you, Chris.
Shane says if we keep Dylan clean, we can win this game. I agree. Got to score some points though. Got to score more points. Well, got to put up 20, 25 points probably to win this one.
All right, thank you. 7-3 here when they first had the ball. For 6 minutes of time, going 54 yards and a dozen plays before settling for the 3.
All right, defense, come on. Get this 3rd and 1 here.
Don't want to jinx anybody, but it seems like he's over the early fumbling problems that cost this team and him, as he admitted to, hey, it's something I got to correct.
It's always one of those.
Yeah, right now we're getting a little bullied on the offensive defensive line front. They're winning. They're winning in run blocking. They're getting some push on us right now. Have we seen Mike Hall yet?
And hold that ball tight to his chest, but still be explosive.
Trying to get the first down. Stevenson won't get it on 3rd and yard. Yeah, there was a little bit of a
there we go.
it seemed on that
Sloppy operation from the Patriots. Cost them a yard there. All right, let's get this return clean. Great job, Shelby Harris.
Absolutely destroying the center. That's Bradbury just put him about
It's a win right there. There we go.
To the backfield to get that stuff.
All right, clean return. Got space. North. Get to the 20. That's good. That's fine. You take it. Wow, what are they doing?
After the tackle, he was pushed out of bounds, and it looked like something continued.
Face mask? Who's that on? It's got to be them, right? Yes. That's going to be good field position now. They just flipped their own field.
Yeah, Brendan Schooler is who the official.
All right, let's capitalize.
For the
Good field position here.
either way, it's gonna
Ooh, I don't know. I think Larvin probably should have got the face mask there.
Starstruck.
I know. He's so much taller in person.
I'm struggling with his proportions.
Yeah, because you're taking too long. You know, one time I filed a claim in under 2 minutes on the guy collapsed.
Oh, was somebody mad because I was eating? Is this your first time here? You know what I'm going to say. Get the fuck over it. Like, what? I eat on the stream every time. Every time. My brother got to get his breakfast in. Ooh, I need my phone.
Play action and shotgun, isn't that?
All right, Corley, a keeper. You know, when they've used Corley in these situations, get him a screen, get the ball in his hands, he's really been good. I don't know what he's been like as an actual wide receiver, but as a utility guy, I think he's been as useful as anybody's been in the Kevin Stefanski offense at some of the utility plays that Kevin loves to put in there, right? You know, end arounds to keep the backside edge honest. You know, little tunnel screens over the middle. He's been as successful with that as anybody. I mean, like, he's had like 4 or 5 of those in his time in Cleveland. Remember when Elijah Moore was doing those and he had like 2 successful plays in like 2 years?
Owner of the Patriots, one of 21 advancing for consideration in the Hall of Fame's contributor category. And John and Beck came up to the booth to say hi, how much they enjoy coming up to catch an NFL game here at Foxborough. 7-3, 3 minutes.
All right, let's cook. Do you have the nuts? The nuts died, man. The nuts died. The throw.
And right at the first down marker.
Yeah, the nuts. I think I ate the nuts during. I think I was eating the nuts to try to rally the Browns during the Steelers game, and that killed the mythology.
Watching him grow game by game, Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, and you think about it. I mean, he faced the Minnesota Vikings the first week, right? And that blitzing defense. He faced Pittsburgh on the road last week in a monsoon in Cleveland. So they really wanted to get him, you know, comfortable early, and you can see it so far.
Had a season high 221 yards in the loss at Pittsburgh.
Some decent push here by the line. We're going to get about 5 yards on first down, stay ahead of plan.
It looks like 3 spots. Kevin Stefanski wants to get more of a look at with a 2-5 record to see what the offense can do.
Here's the good news, though. You've got an offense.
Super chat, Browns fan from England. Love your content. Appreciate you.
Your guys, and like they have got to come together. This is at 8 games, the 8th different starting.
Shador's inactive because of his back today. That's the second time Shador's been injured. Not playing.
Sanders not suiting up on the sideline watching as Dylan Gabriel throws. It's met right away at the 45 falling forward.
Let's try to convert here, 3rd and 10.
That was Marcus Jones making the tackle.
Yeah, Marcus Jones just playing out here in space right here. Watch how quickly he breaks.
Yeah, they ran stick right into zone. So they ran stick right into cover 2. It was going to be covered.
Put you in 3rd positions as an offense.
I think maybe they should change the progression on it. Like, if it's covered 2, do you really want to throw the check or you want to just throw it out of bounds?
Jerome Ford is in. The Browns need 8.
They're going to blitz.
Pressure coming.
They're going to blitz.
Gabriel's throw high. He's good over there anyway.
All right. Let's get good field position on the punt. It also helps your offense when the receivers aren't dropping the ball all the time. That is true.
We talked about the exotic looks in your
Yeah, right here. Yeah, they just didn't have a good call in versus that blitz. That's really the issue. Nothing was really going to be open there.
Defenses are going to give you their looks that
I think that was a throw out of bounds instead of an attempt to try to get it to Isaiah Bond.
Here, waving for the fair catch.
All right, they got it at the 15. It's not an amazing punt, but it's fine. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Nationwide.
Yeah, I think he threw it away. I agree with you. Let me get rid of this shit.
Via acronyms that include Nationwide.
Did somebody in chat just call it a 4 and out? What's a 4 and out?
You don't kick off until Sunday here.
Be right back. Bro, they're making another Black Ops? Didn't they just make Black Ops 6? Am I tripping? Was Black Ops 6 not in that last year? Was that not the Call of Duty? What was the Call of Duty last year?
But then he's a nice guy.
Forever.
So the note.
Oh, they did Call of Duty 6 and 7 back to back. That's crazy.
All 7 games. That's time for most of the league this year with Daniel Jones.
Yeah, he's been amazing. And this is what you want. Classically trained quarterback. His dad played quarterback at UNC. He played quarterback there. He's a quarterback that happens to be a great athlete. In college football, so many times, Chris, you're trying to get a great athlete and make him a quarterback. This kid grew up in the backyard with brothers playing quarterback from the time he was little, trained by his father. That's one of the advantages he has.
From the 15, he fakes and may.
Way to sit on it, Grant.
Throw and wide open.
Denzel fell. Damn.
Rarely leaves the field.
They had that covered in the front side pretty well.
Catch ever.
I like this because watch, he's going to come out here and then he's going to come back to the football. So it's double move, up, stop.
Yeah, it's a good route too.
On the sideline, and that's a quarterback and a wide receiver that have had the reps, that understand what they see and how to adjust their routes. Booty is that. What a great route and what a great throw.
What would you be willing to give up for Brian Thomas Jr.?
The back fake to him.
I don't know.
Again, throwing again.
Maybe a third?
And across the 35, brought down to the 37-yard line.
Maybe a third? A third and a fifth? I do a third and a fifth.
And the drive will keep moving.
What'd you do?
Second down. Patriots scored first. Browns answer. It's a 7-3 game Browns, but the Patriots.
Y'all telling Black Ops 6 and 7 is trash? Last Call of Duty I played for real was Modern Warfare 2. Not the remake version of it, but the like reboot Modern Warfare 2. That was the last Call of Duty I really got into. Really, it's Modern Warfare, but I think I was playing Modern Warfare 2 a good amount too.
Never mind.
Simple games, serious money, 99.
You love to.
Boy, the people who don't like Dylan Gabriel just be nonstop like hating on this man, like no matter what. Like the Browns got 7 points. He had his best drive of the game. Yeah, they went 3 and out on the last drive, but like, okay, it's gonna happen. Like, and then people are just like trying to write it like he's so terrible right now. And it's like, hey, bro, Shador can't even play today. Like, Shador's inactive. Like, he's not gonna play today. It's okay. Like, it's fine. Like, we don't have to do this. Ain't nobody saying Dylan's amazing, but like, he ain't done nothing worthy of criticism yet. Like, I just like jump into things to criticize the guy about, and it's like, bro, he ain't even do nothing wrong. And this shit, like, this kind of energy is going to come back for Shador, and he ain't do nothing to deserve it. Because when people see people acting like this, and then them same people are supporting Shador and giving him excuses like you would for a rookie quarterback, people going to remember how relentless y'all were. And then they going to be like, nah, fuck that. You know, we gonna criticize everything, even when there's nothing to criticize. And this is going to leave me losing my mind because everybody's just being irrational. What Shador criticism? Someone's like, I guess Shador criticism is warranted. What Shador criticism? Nobody has criticized. He hasn't played. Like that's what I'm saying. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's going to be crazy, bro.
On a second down from their own 37-yard line. Stevenson, the back, digs in motion. The other way.
Got the out.
Stepping out of bounds across the 40.
Is that a short? Are they going to be? Nah, they gave him a spot. Did they give him it? Is that third down? It's close.
Great piece for the New England Patriots.
Nah, they gave him it.
Those dudes that does the dirty work, right? Guy that inserts into the.
I don't think we've seen Mike Hall in this game yet. I know he's active.
But where he has made a real mark that's been surprising to me.
Their man has the day off, so there's literally nothing they can do today, even if D becomes Peterman. Yeah, it's like you might as well root for him to play well because you want the team to win. Like, at the very least, if you're just a Shador fan, you want Shador to play meaningful football. And the more games the Browns win, the less likely they are to take a quarterback in the first round next year, which is the actual threat.
Yeah, I think it's I don't really know. I was more of a checkers guy.
Yeah, I'm
not quite smart enough to play chess.
That looked like a pawn. All right.
All right, come on, get him off the field. Get him off the field here. No points, no points. Oh, got him. Yes. Good. Great job, Alex. It's like 4th sack on the year. He's starting to stack them up, man.
Bring pressure, right? Pressure off the edge right here. This pressure, and then that frees up on the outside, one-on-one with the tight end. That's Henry out there, supposed to block the defensive end. Can't hold up with the pressure from the other side, and Wright is the beneficiary.
A lot of pursuit from Grant Delpit on that play to help out on 3rd down 9 from their own 41.
Oh, Miles. Oh, they blocked him. Picked it. Schlesinger. Let's go. Oh, wow. He did a great job dodging Myles Garrett, but he didn't see 49 upfield, and he made a bigger mistake. Got to get points here on the turnover here.
This guy right here.
Yeah, look at this. Look, Miles absolutely destroys the left side of this, steps up, and then he just does not account for Carson Schlesinger right there for whatever reason. Great catch by Carson.
And when you drop it late like that, oftentimes you lose that as a quarterback because he started with the rush, came out of there.
Let's go. All right, get points.
And they're back on the march.
First career reception for
Browns have it spread out here.
Schlesinger, who leads his team in tackles, and the first turnover of this game. And coming out
The screen to Njoku, and the spacing is off there. All right, come on. Let's get points. Get points, get points, get points.
25 to 30 snaps. He didn't play last week because of the knee injury.
And those are, you're trying to get to the perimeter, get some free yards, put yourself in second down in manageable. On top of that, what you're trying to do is keep your young quarterback in a rhythm.
Get points, get points, get points, get points, get points.
That part of the offense. Now they're in the second quarter. Now this is what have we seen and how can we keep our quarterback in a rhythm?
Said the backbone of Cleveland, the Browns, was defense. They get
All right, second and 11.
35 after losing a yard. What the offense
Come on.
can do.
Good run.
Judges.
That'll get us in the range.
Trying to push him inside the 30 even further.
That'll get us in the range. All right, just execute clean here.
Think of that.
Just can't get a sack or a penalty. Just can't get sack, penalty, turnover, okay? Every other result is fine. Just no sack, no penalty, no turnover.
And with third down 5.
We're at about a 45, 47-yard field goal, sub 50. Hey, David on the out.
Dylan Gabriel on the move. Throwing deep and open. And caught.
Oh, he didn't get his feet in.
Isaiah Bond was well out in front of everybody. The ball hung in the air, and then when he was clearly.
Did he see it late?
Jones is over there to make sure.
Well, he had the pass rush and just pass rush.
Yeah, I mean, he had to deal with the pass rush there.
Wide open receiver, but he's got to throw that.
Got to give him a better ball than that.
The pass rusher of
And if you're Isaiah Bond, you do not have to jump for it. Two things, both things right there, right? Bond did not have to jump for that. So don't jump the gun to jump when you're that close to the sideline. Yeah, just stay down, stay grounded. You see how that was going to be there? You didn't have to jump for it. All right, it's tough. He got it. He missed it. Got to get the points there. Got to get the points, man. Those are just two young mistakes compounding on top of each other there. Dylan's got to put more on that ball, sure, but you can't jump there if you're Isaiah Bond. You got to track that properly. Can't get in the air, not that close to the sideline. Well, it was late because of the pass rush. That's fine. That's going to be late. The pass rush got him. He had to get out the pocket. That's why it was late. But yeah, the throw wasn't amazing, but it still could have been completed. You can't jump there. You can't jump there. Can't jump there. Can't compound mistakes like that, right? Got to give him a better ball. If you're the wide receiver, if you jump and the ball hits your crotch, you fucked up, right? Like both things are true. Better ball there, would have got completed. Don't even give Isaiah Bond the thought that he needs to jump to track that ball. But also, if you're Isaiah Bond, you got to realize where you're at on the field and not jump there. Because again, if you jump and the ball hits your crotch, you did not have to jump. Yeah. Yeah. Wasted that opportunity. You really wanted the points out of there. Couldn't get the field goal either. Couldn't get more offense to get that field goal close. That's going to be something you remember, right? You got to make up for that somehow. Got to make up for that. I mean, the missed field goal is a 45-plus field goal. You're not going to be 100% on those. I'm not going to really freak out about that. The offense should have got that to be a closer field goal. I'm only going to be pissed off if he misses sub 40. Like, if he misses sub 40-yard field goals, then, I can have a beef with it. But missing one 40-plus yard field goal when he's been money all year, I'm not going to trip on that. That's going to happen, right? the expectations are just unfair for kickers. Alex Wright has been balling these past few weeks. I would agree with that statement.
Only his third interception this year during the 4-game win streak coming in. He had not thrown an interception. But the defense held and the field goal missed, so it stays.
Bond has been hanging with Judy. Well, he caught that one. He just jumped when he didn't need to. It put his feet out of bounds.
Got Henderson in the back. May looking to throw. And eventually will toss it out of bounds.
All right, so on this pick, you're third down. You want to get this ball to Diggs, who's going to come right here. But watch what happens with Schlesinger inside there. He's going to bail out of here, and that's when the quarterback takes his eyes off of him. He's just basically playing a spy right there to stop the run of the quarterback in. There he is, Johnny on the spot, gets the ball and turns it over.
Browns did a good job last week with takeaways, producing them to points. May go down the middle. He's got it.
Nice throw. That's a good throw by May. That's why you want to get points when you get the interceptions. That's why you want to get the points.
Just get right down here and go right down the seam. Nobody covers him. Somebody's got to pick him up.
Yeah, Grant got it. Grant got caught getting greedy. He thought he can get his eyes in the backfield there and got caught.
And he is,
Tight end ran right by him.
in fact, that's what he's done so exceptionally well, getting Hooper the ball down here and starting in the high red zone now.
Back up a 31. You said he was the most pro-ready quarterback coming out of that draft behind Daniels. And, of course, Taylor.
Yeah. Again, you're going to have to score more than 20 points to win today. They're going to put up some points today.
I love play action because play action gets everybody to stop. You're in two tight ends down
This
here.
is a fun battle on defensive line, offensive line, because both sides are taking turns winning. Right now, the Patriots' offensive line is just winning that battle on this drive.
We talked about
Last two drives, the Browns' defensive line won. Now this drive, the Patriots' offensive line's throwing a good punch back here.
opportunity. Great design by Josh McDaniels and his offensive staff.
Anderson has
Great job shooting the gaps, being aggressive. Good job by Tyson Campbell there.
Man, Alex Wright has been so good. And I think one of the things
Great job.
across from a guy like Myles Garrett, and he plays with such effort and such strength and speed and alacrity. I mean, you can't help it. You watch him on film, you're like, damn, I gotta pick up my game. Like, that guy is so good. And I think Alex Wright has been one of those beneficiaries of playing beside a guy like Myles Garrett and what he does and what he brings to this defense.
Wright has pushed ahead of Isaiah McGuire for playing time. Stevenson now comes in at running back at 2nd and 12. May fires and
Get the tackle. Get the third down. All right, 3rd and 7.
catch for Mack, who came in with only 11 catches.
Got some good rush there on that second down play though.
Secret weapon right now. I mean,
Got a little bit of a good rush there.
a couple days before Halloween, you come in to
See if that matters on 3rd and 6.
It's been one of those things New England has always preached. You come in dressed up, you're ready to go. Josh McDaniels going to get you the football.
They hope somebody dresses up like a touchdown scorer here. And that's Hollins in motion. They looking the other way, and now he's
Got him. That's another sack for Miles.
at the
Big.
18-yard line. Myles Garrett
Big.
sack of the game.
Miles has been awesome today, dude. Miles has been awesome. I mean, Will Campbell can't do shit to him. These guys they're getting destroyed by Miles.
A big Euro step.
Mike Vrabel might bring out the double tight end slide again.
Then jump back inside against the offensive line and be unrelenting with your effort. That's what sets him apart.
He had the outburst after the Pittsburgh game, so we have to string wins together. Team responded. This field
And he
from third
barely made that field goal.
by Andy Morikawa, so he
All right, 7 and 6. Look, 10 and 6 will feel a lot better. 14 and 6 will be awesome. Got to capitalize off turnovers, right? Got to capitalize off turnovers. And then you can't miss field goals. Can't waste an opportunity like that. You know, can't waste the opportunity like that. But ultimately, that's the offense's fault, right? You know, you can't really blame a kicker for missing a 48-yard field goal if he hasn't missed like 8 of them in the season, right? Like he's only missing 1 or 2. That's part of the average math for what a kicker does in a season, right? I think it's like an 80% kick. So yeah, he misses that one. He hasn't missed them all. He hasn't missed any of them all season. He misses that one. That's okay. But if you're the Browns, you should say to yourself, hey, we should have been able to get that ball to the 20 at least offensively. And, you know, you had a golden opportunity to get the ball to the goal line there. But, you know, you didn't execute as a passer if you're Dylan Gabriel. You didn't execute as a receiver if you're Isaiah Bond. And both of those lapses in the execution create a situation where instead of being on the 3, you're kicking a 45-yard field goal and your kicker misses a 45-yard field goal. So can't let opportunities like that go by, right? Can't let opportunities like that go by. Got to take advantage of it. Got to be more sound. Got to focus in. I think right now some of the wide receivers can get into a place where they feel like that it's all on them. They got to make an amazing play or they want to make an amazing play. Just do your job there, right? You know, if you're Dylan Gabriel, you got to hit those layups, man. Got to hit them. Got to hit the open shots. That's an open shot. You missed it. Got to hit those open shots. You're going to get the ball with the lead again. Let's get some points here, right? You know, let's get back on the positive and the expected point total.
Football on Prime Video. Stream games live on your mobile device with NFL Plus.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
You've had some success. I mean, Isaiah Bond was wide open there, right? Like, you have a good idea of what Mike Vrabel wants to do and attack you. I think they have a really good idea here and a solid game plan. We just got to execute it.
2 miles from Foxborough, the heart of it all, Fenway Park. They've enjoyed some great World Series.
Just got to execute it.
Moments there. Scoring drive, another one for May on the Patriots, ends in a field goal. And you see the numbers. Started with a big pass play to Austin Hooper to get that drive close. On the return, Malachi Corley.
Nah, there's no creases here.
Out of bounds around the 25-yard line. So this field goal cost Cleveland after they had the defensive takeaway. Look at the possessions. What are you expecting out of them here? A little continuation of the run-pass mix with the young quarterback.
Let's get something going.
Yeah, I'd like to see them get Jeff.
Would love to see Judy get involved in this game, man.
Run some good stuff, but now it's time to start leaning on this defense to keep that play action alive. They've gotten behind him a couple times on that play action.
Hey, he's bailing.
Run this football.
And they do with Judkins. He's trying to get outside. Let that finish right there.
I tell you what, that takes its toll right there. You see Christian
I
Gonzalez.
think every time Judkins sees the corner bail into cover 3 technique, he's going to take that edge.
Put your helmet on a guy, put your shoulder pads on a guy enough times, and all of a sudden, you know what he gets lost in? Coverage. And you want to make those guys play football. Those elite level corners, those elite level cover guys, get up in here and make a tackle, and let's make you play football. Love that from the Cleveland Browns.
Gonzalez missed the first 3 games with the hamstring. That's another carry, and this time not backwards. Let's get another.
All right, it's going to be 3rd and 5.
Thank you, Chris. So Ravens
Let's spread it out and execute.
Jackson, but Derrick Henry walking this one in for the score, and with that, he now passes the legend Walter Payton for 5th all-time in rushing touchdowns. Ravens lead 7-6 over the Bears. Chris?
History-making moment. A little history here on defense for Cleveland with Myles Garrett. And on a 3rd down and 4, just inside their own 30. Crowd up and holler. Gabriel's throw.
Oh, got to catch that.
Isaiah Bond couldn't hold it.
Got to catch that. Got to catch that.
Jones, good coverage.
Yeah, Jones good coverage, but as a young player, man, you got to get your head back inside to your core.
That's been his biggest issue. He's not his head in his. He doesn't turn his head around in time. I mean, that's a perfect throw on time. It's right to your chest. You got to catch it. Got to catch it.
Back into a rhythm. That's on the receiver.
My question is, why isn't that play being ran for Jerry Jeudy? Why are we running that play for Isaiah Bond? You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Everybody's shitting on Jeudy, but they shouldn't feel like that internally. You know what I mean? Like, why are we running that play for Bond, you know? It's a good play, but, like, put Jerry in that motion. I think that'd be better. That was a good throw. He's got to catch that, right? Got to catch that. Got to be able to complete the layups on offense, man. I think that's the biggest problem for the Browns right now. Offensively, they just, as a team, as a unit, they are not hitting their layups. Teams are giving them points. You know, they're just not hitting their layups. They're dropping easy conversions on 3rd and 5. They're combining mistakes on a big play to get to the goal line. It's just a lot of smoking layups, a lot of missing free throws, you know? Head timing of when you look away seems off with Bond. Yeah, Bond, I don't know. Bond don't get his eyes around enough. He loses focus, it feels like. But yeah, that's the second time because he did that on mesh. And it's like, you're running the under. How's your head not around? You know what I mean? And again, like, I don't know why we're running that with Bond. You know, like, I know people think Jerry Jeudy can't be redeemed at this point, but he's your best receiver. Run that action with Jerry Jeudy and at least give him the chance to make that catch there, because at least he's going to have his head around, you know? I just don't understand why we're running that action and Bond's like the primary on that in that situation. Maybe there's a reason for it. We'll figure it out by the end of the game. But yeah, I know Bond's been pretty solid and pretty fun this year, but I think we're overutilizing him. Like, we're asking him to do way too much, you know? We're exposing him.
Speaking of misses, the Dolphins have been a disappointment at 1-6. Buffalo, a favorite, but the Patriots beat them head-to-head and at 5-2. Lead the division, and it's the first time in the AFC East since late November of 2021 on top of things. Ahead of schedule, even though at least their coach might tell you, Mark, a little bit of a slow start. He wanted a little more out of his team. As they're going to run it with Stevenson here. And he breaks it.
How did he get out of there?
And almost gets the first down.
Stevenson, I mean, that guy, you put your shoulder down there, lower your head. This is just a lead ISO West over right there. Great, but keep your legs churning, spin out of that thing, be physical, and I'm telling you, what happens? What have we seen? We've seen a couple of sacks by Myles Garrett. We've seen some pressure. That's a way to tenderize that defensive front and slow them down in pass rushing situations.
Now, last week, he had a season-high 88 yards on 18 carries.
Oh!
Can't get the first.
Devin Bush smacked him.
Keep him short of that first down line by Devin Bush.
Yeah, I love that out of the back.
My God.
They'll do out of that defensive backfield. Here comes the linebacker.
Talk about meeting him with violence.
Scraping around. They like to pinch. They like to pinch their defensive linemen, scrape their linebackers, makes it hard to pick them up in zones and makes it hard to pick them up in the run game. And that was Devin Bush just scraping across there, getting into that backfield.
And movement and a flag.
That's false start.
The Browns will help you with the call.
That's big. Got to get it here. Got to get it here now. Got to get it here. Get it here. Get it here. Get it here.
That's not the one. That's the one guy that's been there. They changed the other four. Owenu right here. I mean, we can't have that. You got to be able to hold your water.
Yeah, got to get this one here.
Hard counting people trying to get that first down, and now you put yourself in a third down and medium situation. Never a good thing for an offensive line.
Maybe he was thinking about Myles Garrett, or the way Alex Wright is playing today. Backs him up. 3rd and 6. May has targeted Diggs twice, but no catches yet.
Turn around.
Sideline and incomplete for Kayshon Boutte.
Good. All right, offense.
On the coverage and the bunting to come.
Yeah, I really wouldn't mind if we come out and spread it out just a little bit here, right? Let's spread it out. Like, I know Jerry Jeudy's struggling, but man, Isaiah Bond can't be a better option than Jerry Jeudy, right? Like, we're handicapping ourselves on offense right now. Like, you know, we're throwing the ball to like Isaiah Bond like 10 times in this game. And we haven't really, we've thrown it to David Njoku once. We haven't thrown it to Jerry Jeudy at all. That don't make any sense, right? Like, we got to get them involved. Let's spread it out a little bit here, right? Let's give Quinshawn a break, put Dylan in, put Jerome in, spread it out a little bit here, right? Let's try to get them in a different package, force them out of their base. We're not doing a great job forcing teams out of their base packages. Let's try to spread them out. Let's put Malachi on the field here. Like, let's see what we can do, you know? Because right now, all these tight bunch formations, heavy packages, 12P, 13P, it's just not working right now, you know? Let's spread out here. And you can still, you know, dink and dunk or whatever you want to do if you want to spread it, but like it just gives you so much more space to work with. Flying back to Cleveland in a minute. Hopefully something positive when I land. Food loves you. $5 super chat. Appreciate your food loves you. Hopefully you have a safe flight, my man. Like, I get it. You want to use a lot of Quinshon Judkins, but like, I think less would be more if you can just get them out of base more often, you know? Way too much Isaiah Bond in the offense. Like, where's Jamari Thrash at? Like, you tell me he can't be useful?
Faces of Cleveland Browns quarterbacks through the years with Kevin Stefanski over the last 6 training Joe Flacco this year. Dylan Gabriel, the guy at the moment who has a touchdown pass, and as we mentioned, drafted in the 3rd round. And you can see Bailey Zappi, who is active. Shedeur Sanders is not, another rookie. And look at the lack of experience, pass attempts. And Zappi has most of those on the part of the Cleveland Browns. But Dylan Gabriel, who his father played quarterback at Hawaii, he was named after Corey Dillon, the running back, former Patriot Bengal running back Corey Dillon. His brother named Roman after Roman Gabriel, and Garrison after Garrison Hurst. A football family like his counterpart you mentioned a moment ago in Drake May.
We're in tight, heavy.
The running back.
12P. All right, yeah, I'll take it. That was a bit off schedule, but fine. You will absolutely take that. Good job, Dylan.
When you look at this, look at where his eyes are. They're out on this side, the right-hand side. He sees the coverage is there, pulls the ball, buys himself some time, and then comes back to complete that really nice job by the young fellow.
Up to the 41 and a 21-yard gain.
Flea flicker.
To Gabriel, that hardly had time to develop as Christian Barmore was in on that from the start. But I want to go back to, look at this good defensive play.
Yeah, well, the little flea flicker screen right here. Let's go back to that speed of going back to stuff. Let's go back.
Oh, they were going to hit Bond there.
Yeah, because him, he's one of those guys that you can see that he's got confidence. He talked about, hey man, the vertical game, I played the vertical game in college. It'll come back to us. We just have to do the little things correctly to be able to get down the football field on the vertical throws.
Played 6 seasons at 3 schools, UCF, Oklahoma, then Oregon. On a 2nd and 10.
Can't compound it. Can't compound it. Just go down, Quinshawn. Just go down. This ain't college.
And I love right here off the edge. Linebacker's going to loop around.
Yeah, we're not winning. We're not winning up front right now.
In there.
Look, the run game has not been there.
And right now, the New England Patriots saying, hey, there's one thing.
The run game has not been as fruitful as the pass game in this game. We got to spread it out and just lean on it a little bit more. All right, we got.
Loss of 4. Quick pass. He can throw it. It's Harvadan. He's going to keep it and work his way back to about the 39-yard line.
We're pulling out tricks. I don't know if that would have been successful. I can't see it. I think you got to look at the all 22 for that. But just got to let the run game go at this point. Just let it go for a little bit. Right.
Well, out there on the edge. The rail route they're trying to run with Ford, the running back, and knocks him to the ground. There was just nobody.
Oh, okay. Ford fell on the ground. That's what happened.
All in inside.
Yeah, they tried to hit a couple of tricks there, right? Wide receiver pass. Guy falls on the ground. Then the flea flicker gets blown up there. Gotta execute. Gotta execute.
Things streak for the last 4 and very good on the road, obviously. The big thing was the giveaways. That's a number of.
Man, where's Jed Wills when you need him?
They made the giveaways. They had a lot of penalties early. Just not real clean football for the first 3 weeks. They certainly.
Now you're giving them the 2-minute.
For Mike Vrabel.
They've already won more games this season.
Mike Hall sighting. First time I saw Mike Hall.
2 years. And it's not even Halloween yet. Don't tell that to Mac Hollins. Stevenson.
Oh, fumble. Did they say a fumble? Because we was running towards the pile like it was a fumble.
Before the half. Kind of what we expected.
All right, look, this game's lower scoring. Love the creativity, but we're not good enough to run that. I mean, you run trick plays when you're not very good, so you got to be able to just execute, right? But yeah, what's really the problem, Sean, isn't that we're not good enough to run it. They haven't been varied enough for these trick plays to really work because, yeah, they're running it off of a run, but these teams are like expecting that the Browns are going to run some kind of trick play because they've been so predictable. Right? It's like when somebody tries to prank you, but they're too obvious. That's kind of what it's like when the Browns try to like pull off a trick. They're too obvious right now. So you know they're trying to do something. This is bad play calling. Yeah, I would say I'm not really in love with the play calling after the first drive. I think they're just so committed to this run game right now. They're not pivoting. And the run game just has not bared any fruit. The passing game has actually been pretty decent for you in this one. I would want to lean on that a little bit more. I know that's sacrilegious to say, but it feels like that's where your alley of success is in the passing game right now. You look at what Dylan Gabriel, 11 attempts. Yeah, he's what, 5.7. So it's not great efficiency from the passing games. But I mean, if you look at the run game, we're getting no efficiency. Outside the one Malachi Corley run, we're what, 7 attempts, 16 yards for Quinshawn. Gage Larvin, 1 attempt for 3 yards here, and that was just on the broken play. Like, we're just bearing no fruit here in the run game. Also, you got to look at it like we've targeted Jamari Thrash twice, Harold Fainin twice. I can't see how many targets. Yeah, not Quinshawn. Isaiah Bond has 3 targets right now We don't have more than one target combined for Judy and Njoku right now, right? Like we gotta, and some of that's on Dylan, but I think most of that's on the like play caller. You got to call some stuff where David Njoku's the priority, where Jerry Judy's the priority. You know, we got 5 people with targets in this game right now. That's a big issue. If you're running trick plays in the NFL, you think your players aren't good. Yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, like the Chiefs run trick plays all the time, so it's not like a rule that's 100% true all the time. But usually, you're running trick plays because you're hoping to subvert the fact that you're not the most talented football team in existence. Great tackle by Tyson Campbell. That's a great tackle. Great technique. Way to force him out of bounds.
Bouncing around, used a couple other teams, but here he's a whole new guy.
He has been unreal for them from a leadership standpoint. Think about this. He tore his ACL last week, week 7 or week 8? He has come back from day 1 and been exceptional. And he is that move the chains guy. He is the go-to receiver from the slot and become kind of the favorite target of Drake May. He's just been nothing but exceptional and a leader for this team.
Way to sit on it. Just didn't get pressure there. Didn't get pressure on the back end, and it allowed the coverage to leak. Did a really good job covering the short stuff up front. Just got leaky at the back, and we didn't get the pressure we wanted. Yep.
Work it, and then once you work it right, the eyes go.
Problem is also you don't have to run out of heavy personnel all the time. Yeah, I've been saying this all week, right? We're running out of like heavy 12, 13P, well, 12P, sometimes even 13P. 10 guys on a line of scrimmage. It's just too predictable. And again, when you're in that heavy personnel, they can just answer with heavier personnel, you know?
4 yards and another big pass play. They are.
That's why you got to get the points on the turnover. Got to get the points.
This year against this defense,
they're stacking the box. No deep throws. Well, they're stacking the box because of how we're aligned. They're not stacking the box because they're choosing to. They're stacking the box because the Browns have 10 guys in the tackle box every play when they're snapping it. So it's not like when that's the reason that the box is stacked, it's not like the deep ball is going to be wide open all the time. They're not like committing 10 guys to the box. The Browns are committing 10 guys to the box. That's why there's 10 guys in the box. That's why I want them to spread it out and get into some lighter packages here.
Pressure coming, and he gets rid of it. For Stevenson fighting down the sideline.
No way he caught that. Jerry was also injured during the week, and that might be why. Well, if he's injured to the point where you can't target him, then why is he active?
Push out there, watch these feet. I mean, how in the world did you catch that first
Nah,
one?
out of bounds.
Both of them out. But it looked good. I mean, both of them out. Good. But that's just trusting. Look at where that ball placement.
Maybe in college that's a catch.
One-on-one against the linebacker. You're saying, I'm going to go give my guy, the running back Stevenson, a chance. Remember, he caught that slant earlier in the game in their first red zone trip of the game.
6 different receivers have caught a ball today for May, who's in the pocket.
Got him again, fumble. Oh, they got on it. And is that Myles Garrett again?
The Patriots got it back. Myles Garrett knocked it out. He already has 2 sacks today.
It's 3 sacks for Myles Garrett.
Double team tight end first.
Yeah, it's 3 sacks for Myles.
Inside and slides around. Watch. There's one. Here comes 2. Step underneath. Rip. Go get that ball. You know, you've got to go sack the football.
95 is having a fucking day.
And what is that?
Dude.
Patriots use the timeout.
I mean, he's threatening a career high. I think his career high was against the Bears, where he got 4.5 in one game. He's at 3.5 right now. Well, 3 in 1 half.
We'll have all the highlights, including Heisman winners Caleb Williams and Derrick Henry crashing in Baltimore. Plus, our own Heisman winner Charles Woodson joins Terry, Howie, and Michael at the desk to break it all down.
We'll see you then.
We will. Hey, so that is, now that's the 7th.
Where'd that push him back to? Are they in field goal range anymore?
Pass. He's up to 110 and a half sacks in his career at age 29.
I was going to say, not today. That would be a record. But in his career, yes, that's amazing.
Well, he could, if anybody's...
But he's been double teamed. Hey, he's got 3 sacks. He's been double teamed on all 3 of those sacks.
I like what Jim Schwartz said. We're not going to treat May as a young quarterback because he's earned the respect.
Browns call a timeout.
First choice, I will have
Plays with experience. So the Browns now have used...
All right, it's important where you stop them if you're Cleveland here. Obviously, you don't want them to convert a 3rd and 18, but also you don't want them to get to like a 4th and 4, right? Because that's going to be an easier field goal. So you want to keep them. Where are they at right now? Where's the ball at right now? Let me see if I can. They got the game cash. You can see the ball. Where's the ball at? I think they're at their own 32, at the Cleveland 32. So what, it's like a 50-yard field goal right here?
40. So maybe just try and get into field goal range.
And look who's just lined up inside in a stand-up right there. Now he's down.
Well, a half he's already had, Myles Garrett.
False start.
And a flag.
That's good.
false start. Offense number 85.
That's huge.
That's what happens when Myles Garrett comes over to your side.
That's a what? That takes them out of range now. Let's get an incompletion here now.
Right here on the edge. Go ahead. 95's inside. Myles Garrett told us too. He's like, I said, what's the best thing anybody's ever said to you? And it's, should I call you Myles or Mr. Garrett? And then the other thing they said is I'm the guy they're scheming against? Am I the fish?
Third down, trying to get something back.
Can't let that happen. That's not going to be a first down. It's going to be a 4th down. Yeah, he can't let them get that, though. That's a way easier field goal now. They were out of range. Yeah. They were out of range, man.
This is the classic dagger route, right? This is something you know you're going to run here. Outside guy is going to come in, break it in about 18 yards. You want to clear out from the inside guy. And
yeah, that's just a 3-beater. You got to get pressure there. It's a 3-beater. You got to get pressure. Like whatever corner's on that route, they're going to get beat. That's the design of the dagger. It's a 3-beater, but you got to get pressure if you're the Browns defensive line. You can't let them sit on it and let the dagger develop. That's how you beat it if you're in 3. Got to beat it with pressure.
Up after the penalty backed him up even further, and then, of course, the influence of Myles Garrett.
And now it's only like a 36-yard field goal.
From 42 yards away, he's made from 36 and 32.
You're hoping for a miss here, but I mean, he's going to make this.
And the Browns will use a timeout.
Yeah.
You know, Myles Garrett, the influence he's already had. Jim Schwartz talked about moving him around, and I know you've pointed him out in different ways, but he said you can find him, but nobody can stop him. It's not like we're hiding him. They know where he is. They just don't know where he's exactly going to come from.
Right, it's like the worst case of Where's Waldo. Remember that book, The Striped Shirt? But there's no hiding him. He's just in plain sight at 6'4", 275 pounds, and that dude's got arms like legs. He is put together, and I'm telling you, break the huddle. When he lines up over you, you're like, what the hell did I do to deserve this? I don't want any of this smoke.
At least you get the ball at start.
Overall draft pick, and what an impact.
Yeah, he's got that.
Is good, and the Patriots have a 9-7.
Hey, I mean, look, you get the points there. You get the points you're supposed to get after the interception. You still end halftime with the lead, right? But you don't get the points there. You don't get 10 points. You don't get 14 there. You end up not with the lead. I mean, that's the difference in the ball game right now for the Browns. Got to capitalize on interceptions. right? Got to take advantage of points off turnovers. We talked about it, right? The Browns, they're not going to be a good offense this year. We talked about it. We know that's the case. But what they can't afford to not be is not be opportunistic. They absolutely have to be opportunistic in order to win the kind of games like today, right? They got to be way more opportunistic than they are right now. You know what I mean? Great job on the first drive, but at second drive, well, not the second drive, but everything else after that, it just hasn't been what you wanted it to be. Had a couple of big opportunities to make some plays, haven't been making those plays. That's why you're down 2 instead of up 1, or at least up a significant amount. So that's, if you're the Browns, where you got to focus on. Got to be more opportunistic. You're not going to get a ton of opportunities for success. When you get those opportunities, you can't have drop passes. You can't have miscommunication. You can't have, wide receiver jumping for no reason, so on and so forth. Did Cam Scatterbull get injured? That sucks. That sucks. But yeah, you got to be more opportunistic than that, right? If you're Dylan Gabriel, you get a wide open guy shooting down the 9, got to give him an accurate ball, right? You're able to set your feet, got to give him a good ball there, right? No excuses. So got to take advantage of the opportunities that have just been put in front of you. You take advantage of those opportunities, you're winning this game right now, but now you're not. Secondary's been off today. I don't think the secondary's been off. Everything Drake Mays had today has been difficult. You know what I mean? Like, everything Drake Mays had today has been difficult. I just think we're just seeing good quarterback play, if I'm being honest with you. Like the little seam shot to Austin Hooper, that's something the defense is going to give you because they don't think you can make that throw, and he just makes that throw. The dagger, right? Like, that's a tough throw, tough read to make. Got to work back to it. And then, you got to hope that there's not pressure in your face. I just think we're playing a way better quarterback this week than we were last week with Tua. By the way, Tua's got 17 points in the first half right now. Don't know what happened to him last week, but they did not give a fuck last week. But yeah, just, you got to be more opportunistic, got to execute better, got to be better, right? Got to be better. If you're the Browns coaching staff, like the actual like game plan, feel like we're in base. I mean, not base, that's defense, but Joe Burrow is Joe Burrow overrated? Flacco out there cooking with Chase? No, Joe Burrow is not fucking overrated. Are you kidding me? He's beating the Jets. The Jets are winless right now. Are we really calling Joe Burrow overrated because somebody else is cooking the Jets? The Jets been getting cooked all season. We got to chill out. Internet be making people just say shit all the time. No, Joe Burrow's not. If Joe Burrow was our quarterback, we would worship him. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? We know Joe Burrow's good. Why do we act like we don't know Joe Burrow's good? All right, anyways. So, yeah, that's really it. Missed opportunities is really what you can pin this on for the Cleveland Browns, right? I don't expect them to execute offensively every time they get the ball. They're not a good offense, right? We have covered this before. They're going to have times where they're just not going to be in sync. They're not a good offense. Their rosters is not that great, but I don't think they're utilizing it well. I don't think Jerry Jeudy's been a part of this game plan. I don't think that David's been a part of this game plan. Like, you gotta make these guys points of emphasis at some point. Right now, we've designed more stuff for Isaiah Bond and Malachi Corley than the real difference makers on the offense, and we're overly reliant or overly hopeful that like Quinshon Judkins is just going to run us out of this problem. I think we got to just adjust to what's happening in the game right now. You've had some success throwing the ball. Let's see if you can spread them out, get them out of these heavy packages, and then get back to the run game after you spread them out, and then attack them when they're in lighter personnel. Right now, we're not winning the battle heavy on heavy. We're just not winning the battle. Got to make an adjustment here, and I think that's been a sore spot for a lot of people with this, with Kevin specifically, right? Is the lack of adjustments. You're getting a banger game from Myles Garrett. He has 3 sacks and a half. You got to take advantage. You got to win this one, I mean, like, New England has 3 long drives in this game that have only resulted in 9 points. You are hanging around here, right? But you're playing with fire. So you got to get some points here. You got to get some points here. Can't let this game sit at 7-9. That's begging for a disaster. All right, I'll be right back.
It's good.
Go for two.
That's my thoughts on the first half.
You get one out.
Real quick, Tyler Huntley just had a half better than any quarterback in Cleveland this year. Okay, I just stopped the fucking woe is me bullshit. Okay, it's fine. All right, so Sleeper, make sure you join Sleeper. Get 100% match on up to $100. I did not have picks in this week, but make sure you join the fun. You can do picks, fantasy football, all kind of fun stuff when you use promo code WORSTTAKE. Get 100% match on up to $100. Make sure you join Sleeper. All right, I got to use the back. All right. They got to find a way to win this game, man. What? People get so weird on stream. Yeah, offense got to find a way to put up points. Again, I said this all week, man. All week. They're going to have to score points today. It's not optional. The Patriots are going to put up more than 20 points in this game. Winning this game requires scoring more than 20. You have to put up at least 14 if you want to try to win this game in any capacity or have a meaningful chance to win this game. Got to get 14 points here in this half. Like, got to. It's mandatory. You're not going to win this game with 17 points.
On NFL Network.
As we get ready for the third quarter, Patriots with that win streak on the line at a 2-point lead. They'll be kicking off to the Browns in just a moment.
What we do is bait scammers into a trap and confront those responsible.
Get on your face! Scammed, getting even. Streaming now on Fox Nation.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that
Go around some scores around the league.
you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and get access to over
Dolphins, Falcons, 17-3, Tua, 13 of 17, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. Looks like the Dolphins might get another win here. Jets, Bengals, 24-13 here. Who gets the ball after half? They don't tell you that. But, yeah. Dolphins, Jets, Bengals, 13-24. Browns, Patriots, 7-9. We're watching that one. Eagles, Giants, 21-10 at the end of the first half there. Well, no, the Eagles have the ball right now, so they might get more points. Bears, Ravens, 10-6. What was the guy even talking about in the super chat that Tyler Huntley was more successful in a half? What are we talking about, dude? He looks like shit too. What? What was that super chat? I must have misinterpreted whatever that super chat was trying to say. All right. 49ers, Texans. Texans up 16-7. Buccaneers, Saints to be that's going to be the 4 o'clock window. So that's what's going on around the league. We're getting back. Okay, so that person just said that to say that. Yeah, okay. Okay. Again, just a reminder. Oh, it must be because he's 12 of 13. Is that why? Is he because of high completion percentage? Is that what we're pining after? Is high completion percentage? Okay, I guess. Cool. Shador is not active today. He can't play. He's not active. He's not healthy. He hurt his back. How he keeps injuring himself without playing, I don't know. But that also raises a huge concern with Shador, which is he's already missed. This will be like the 3rd week he's missed because of an injury that he's had without playing in a game. And it makes you wonder, like, how is his body going to hold up in the NFL? Because it doesn't give you the most confidence, you know?
Chris Myers, Browns have the only touchdown of this game so far.
Browns got to get the ball to Jerry Jeudy at some point, man. Like, they got to get the ball to Jerry Jeudy. They got to get the ball to David Njoku. Like, give him some targets, man. Like, got to do more than what we're doing now.
There to Judkins then getting over the top with the play action stuff. They did a good job of setting themselves up, getting the tight end the football. Let's get back into the run the football, set up your play action, get back to the tight ends.
I mean, Judkins only has 7 carries for only 16 yards, and we can look at the stats here. They just don't allow. In fact, we said it. They haven't allowed a running back to get more than 50 yards in a game this year.
Yeah, they're really good against the run.
Done a great job of shutting people down, and that is
we'll see.
just a big time performance.
But the Browns are going to have to get the 20-plus points here, right? Not winning this game without that.
Advantage, and you see some breakouts.
Patriots aren't going to stay at 9 the rest of this game.
Set and be patient. Keep working on it because the big plays happen after you just keep hammering throughout this thing.
Yeah, 7th time in 8 games that the Patriots have led at the half. You know that they're going for their 5th straight win and 6th overall. The leaders of the AFC East with a narrow lead on 3 field goals because of that guy. He's been winning and kicking off with the Browns offense an opportunity. And as Corley cuts back across the 25-yard line, a flag down as he went down at the 27.
That looks like it's on us. Might be 99 Cam Thomas blocking the back. That might be a personal foul. If that's the case, it's going to be a killer, man. Looks like it's
Illegal formation, kicking team.
okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. It's what, 25-yard line now?
Still not penalized. That call goes against the Patriots. They'll march it off a +5 as Dylan Gabriel had the touchdown toss to his rookie tight end. And that's when they did miss a field goal after an interception of Drake May. Dylan Sampson and Jerome Ford are both in the backfield. Gabriel will throw. The catch made by Ford.
And better off letting that go out of bounds.
Yeah, there's Christian Gonzalez again. You know, that's one of the things in this league that's so important, having those cornerbacks. I talked about it. Christian Gonzalez missed the first 3 games of the season, but he's a legit shutdown corner. But not afraid to get his nose in there, not afraid to get dirty and play the football. And you love those corners that are premium guys that can cover anybody, but also get in there and mix it up in the run game. Twice so far today, he's been involved in that.
Actually lost a yard on that play. In motion is Cage Larvadan. And this is Quinshawn Judkins, but he'll go nowhere.
At least we're running out the gun. But look at the personnel on the field right now, man.
Dude is like a tree stump. You ever try to remove a tree stump from your yard? I mean, that's what he is. He's got 4 guys right there. He's just tied up. Look at him in there. Falling backwards, right? Just trying to get involved. He is a first down run stuffer. It's like having a fire hydrant in the corner of your neighborhood.
Come on. Got to convert a long one.
40 pounds. I've never tried that. I usually call somebody to remove a tree stump. I thought about now they drop into the coverage instead of the extra pressure. And Dylan Gabriel will release the throw high, and it's incomplete. A lot going on over there. Jerry Jeudy, the target.
Man, these rushers are just collapsing the edge, and Jerry Jeudy getting in it. But watch both of these.
That his first target of the game.
That quarterback just feels it. Nowhere to go. Escapes outside. Then Jerry Jeudy trying to get the ball to him, but look at this.
I mean, that wasn't going to be completed. It was covered, but I think Harold tipped the pass there.
Jeudy does not have a catch today. Marcus Jones fair catch coming up on it.
Playing with fire now. Playing with fire. You are playing with fire right now.
Where the ball was punted from.
Yeah, get a little holding.
Holding. CBT number 39.
10-yard penalty.
First down.
Richie Grant just up from the
Playing with fire. Something's got to be up with, because like we're running Gage Larvin out there a lot. Something's up with some of the personnel. Somebody's hurt or something, getting punished or something. Because there should be there's way too much Gage Larvin out there. There's way too much Gage Larvin out there. We're going full Gage Larvin. I don't understand why. Yeah, I mean, I got excited first quarter, right? First drive of the game, really exciting stuff. Ever since then, it's been same old, man. Where is the remote?
Is sponsored by Ford.
Myles Garrett around Halloween. It's guaranteed he's going to have a sack.
He is sacked by Myles Garrett. On our Fox pregame show, and look at the numbers and the matchup. want your players to watch in favor of Myles Garrett.
I should say so. And the double teams, man, we got to change the way they're trying to double team Myles Garrett because that is not working.
Blitz is on. May is protected.
Really tight pocket here. Oh, Myles almost got a fourth one.
Guess who? Yeah, Myles Garrett retraces his steps and just watch him not give up. He's going to get the one-on-one out here. I love Campbell. He's fighting on his knees trying to block him, but there's Myles Garrett retracing his steps and getting to the quarterback and getting him down. Not a sack, but still a tackle by Myles Garrett. And they've been trying to double team him with a tight end who blocks him first and then the tackle. I'd like to see them vice him, maybe turn protection that way, because the way they've done it so far has not worked.
Stevenson and Henderson in the backfield. It's Henderson who gets the first down. Garrett, by the way, this is 6th game with 3 sacks or more in his career.
I like this. Hunter Henry coming across.
Playing with fire, man.
He's just going to option 91, right? Run by him, get to the edge, and then give your running back an opportunity to capture the perimeter of the defense, get that first down as he goes out of bounds. That's great design by Josh McDaniels and this offensive coaching staff.
They've run for 80-plus yards. Pickup of 6 there from the 35. Fresh set of downs. And cutting back, Henderson across midfield.
Of course, Henderson has his coming out party against the Browns. That makes sense. All right. That's why you got to get points on offense, man.
2 guys, one on the outside pitch play. Watch him. 1, 2. The other DB can't cut back inside, and that's getting it downhill right there on the edge. So they see something, getting away from all those pinches and scrapes of this Cleveland Browns defense, getting to the edge, which normally with these wide defensive ends is really hard to do, but they got a great scheme to get that done.
27-yard run, longest so far for the rookie. Here's an option back to May, who's going to throw and catch made. That's Matt Collins down to the 20. Trick or treat time.
Yeah, you watch him as he pitches this thing out, as he cuts back over here to catch that football, man. He is going to get destroyed. He sees it too. You got to get rid of this thing and then just fall down, bail out. But is able to put that. Watch him just bail out. He's going to fall down. I don't blame you. I do not blame you, number 10. You don't want to take those shots.
Tyson Campbell.
I don't really know what I want Tyson to do there. I don't mind him going at the quarterback in that situation, but that is why that guy's wide open. I mean, it's like you're already caught dead. You might as well just try to get the sack.
61 yards. That is low last week, but Josh McDaniels told us.
I mean, try to hold it to a field goal, but I feel like I'm saying that a lot today.
This is kind of one of those classic things. Hey, if we're having trouble blocking the edge, we're having trouble blocking defensive.
I feel like I'm saying that a lot.
We're going to option them, read them, and that's what they're doing right now to get outside of these wide defensive ends. They are just not blocking them and letting the play design block it for them.
End around.
Demario Douglas gets a first down. It'll be first and goal, Patriots.
Yeah, and there it is again. Now we're doing that jet sweep look with Pop Douglas and, getting out there to the edge and great design. But again, attacking the perimeter of the defense. We want to get outside from all that mess inside.
Boy, they got away with the hold there.
Right. Guys like Collins and guys, like Myles Garrett.
Boy, negative play on first and goal would be huge. They can get it.
That was Jim Schwartz right there, defensive coordinator, going to adjust.
That's not a negative play. Gonna need points now, man. Again. Yep. 7 points was never gonna win the game, right? Gotta get to 20. Gotta get over 20. They're gonna get over 20 today, man. You gotta get over 22.
Sweet to Pop Douglas, right? So now they're gonna come back across the formation with that jet sweep. They're gonna come across there. They just hit you with it. They fake it. Now they boot out.
You can't expect your defense to just blank every offense that they play, right? Like, This is a week well in advance. We knew, hey, look, man, you're going to have to score 20 no matter what to win this one. Right now, the offense, you know, they left points on the board. They're paying for it right now.
And the kick is good.
All right, they're going to need their best drive of the game right here. They're going to need it right here, or else this can get real dangerous. They're going to enter that danger zone. They need the best drive of their game, of basically their season right here. They want to stay in this game. That's not game. I wouldn't say it's game. It's not game. You can, I mean, the Browns can score 17 and tie it. It's not a game. But if you don't score over 20, it is going to be game. Like, it's just what it's been all day, right? Got to get over 20 points. Defense is going to give up that drive. They're probably going to stop them for a good minute here, right? Gotta get some points, though. That's really it. You just got to get some points. You score here, you get a field goal, get a touchdown. It's still a one-possession game, you know? It's only 10 points. Well, it's not even 10 points, is it? It's like a 9-point lead. It's not even close to game. It's just you got to get points up. We got to start a drinking game for playing with fire. Yeah, playing with fire, man. Got to stop playing with fire. So easy to defend a QB that can't pass deep, Q. It's not even that the quarterback can't throw deep, right? Again, we're watching Joe Flacco. We said the same, oh, Joe Flacco can't throw deep no more. Joe Flacco can throw deep fine, right? We might find out that Dylan Gabriel can throw deep fine. It's that we're, one, not blocking the opportunities that we have, and when we have those opportunities, we're not executing on it. It's lack of execution more than anything, you know? It's not because he's limited physically. You can put somebody out there with a big arm, you're going to have the same fucking problems. Literally had the same problems with Joe Flacco. They knew Joe Flacco could throw the ball downfield. That wasn't what they were worried about because the Browns' offense wasn't executing it. It's that. Nah, it's not game. We said the same thing about the Green Bay game. Oh, man, they got up 9 points. It's over. The Browns end up winning. Like, if the Browns score, 17 points, which they've done like 3 times this season or 4 times this season, they could still win this game. What is 17? It's 16 to 7, right?
His rookie year got him to the Pro Bowl, and he's done a marvelous job with Drake.
I'm just saying, realistically speaking, you're going to have to score more than 17 to win it. But right now, it's not even close to ball game. Are you kidding me?
That opening drive, or that touchdown drive, I should say, has passed to his tight end, but since 4 punts, the missed field goal.
And I see 86 on the field, so we're going to start this. We're going to run the same shit. We're going to be heavy.
Don't have a lot of production there. Lean into these 2 tight end formations. Get these guys involved in some, maybe a shot down with one of these guys playing the tight end position.
We just aren't winning that battle. We got to stop fighting that fight. At some point, we have to accept we are not winning that battle. We're trying to go big and fight with them. We are not winning that battle.
Against the Patriots today. For him, just like any other running back. There's Travion Henderson's having a big day. And a smile. Gabriel will throw. And short to Jenkins. Tackled right away. He'll be a long way from the first down. The undrafted Robert Spillane makes another tackle.
He's a Vrabel guy. And one of the
we're not running halfback dive all the time. We're running different run plays. It's just they're not successful, so they all feel like they're up the middle.
Guys all over. Gibbons was intensity with guys that know exactly what the head coach wants.
Third and 7, here they come. Gets rid of it. It's intercepted. The Patriots with a takeaway. And it's Robert Spillane.
Hey. This is what I've been saying, man, all week. All week, man. I know the Browns are like, oh, well, we want to play turnover-free football. We want to be safe with the ball. But the more predictable you are with how you attack, and the Browns, again, come out in a super heavy package, 2 running backs. They're super predictable here. And that's going to create turnovers too. Dylan's late on that throw. The linebacker's underneath. It's not a good read, right? It's a bad read. It's a bad ball. And lucky it's not a pick 6 here. Like at some point, you have to loosen it up a little bit, because if you don't loosen it up, everything's going to be risky to throw. Like that's just what it is going to be. Myles Garrett got his 4th sack though. Big play there. You could hold him to a field goal. That'd be huge. But you got to start getting something going like immediately on offense.
Perfect opportunity to break contain, but not against this guy right here. At 275, there's not a quarterback in the league that he can't run down, maybe other than Lamar Jackson. Dude, 4 sacks. Stop it. Just stop it.
He's just warming up. I think Jim Schwartz knows what he can do. A self-proclaimed warrior, Myles Garrett. This is the classical music before the game. Reads up on great leaders like Genghis Khan and Alexander the Great.
Can you put him on offense? That's what I would ask. I mean, put him out there at wide receiver and see how many catches you can get out of Myles Garrett, because this guy is too much.
Stevenson the back. The pass is caught. Down to the 2. Stephon Diggs on a 3rd.
They score a touchdown here. That'll be what, 20?
Just running the individual slant out here.
23?
The hands at the point. Always great with the hands.
Oh my God, Devin Bush, don't get yourself killed.
In the air.
That's Bush on the top.
Goodness.
I mean, this defense plays hard for Jim Schwartz. There is no question about that.
Tyson Campbell's hurt.
We have an injured player. It looks like Tyson Campbell is being checked on.
Hopefully he's okay. He's going to miss this next play. I wouldn't be surprised if they throw it on 3rd down because of that. Hey, look, you're going to have to score 20 to win this one. You're not there. You're not even close to there right now. Got to make an adjustment, man. Like, is this all we can do? Is line up in 12 and run tight bunch and maybe run mesh and stick? Is that all we're capable of doing as an offense right now? That's not good enough, man. That's not good enough. Time to prepare for post-bye week quarterback questions. I mean, yeah. it was going to happen regardless. I mean, Dylan could have threw for 400 yards. People are going to ask questions about the quarterback position. But, yeah, I mean, it's fair. I mean, he threw the big interception there. Hasn't been a great game. They'll give him 6 starts probably, just to get a baseline. But if it doesn't improve after those 6 starts, I mean, you're going to have to do something different.
Sponsored by Royal Caribbean. It's big time.
Tyson Campbell heading to the sideline. Rookie Dom Jones from Colorado.
They're going to throw right at Dom Jones, let me tell you.
And Devin Bush, he was flipped in the air. He's got 6 tackles in all 8 games this year, 6 or more on that Cleveland defense. Stevenson is the back on 3rd and goal.
Watch this little pick play down here.
Quick toss.
Told you that was going to go right at Dom Jones. Just not good. Skill positions, can't win one-on-one. I mean, we're not even really putting them in a position to win one-on-one. That's my thing. It's like you're not spreading it out and letting them like win or lose one-on-one. We're just we're betting a lot on being able to be powerful on the line of scrimmage. We keep losing that battle, and we keep just sticking with it.
Through there, Hollins, getting that kind of traffic.
I don't think the way they're running this offense, Sanders, makes any of a difference. I mean, that's what I've been trying to say the whole fucking year. Like, it really does not matter which quarterback is out there right now. That's the problem. Like, I said this, I got flack for it when it was Joe Flacco. When everybody wanted Joe Flacco bench. Hey, man, how the offense looks right now, the problems with the offense is bigger than the quarterback. You put Dylan in there, it's probably going to look the same. Now with Dylan, everybody wants Shador out there, and it's like, okay. But if it looks the same with Shador, therein lies the problem, and therein lies why you got to ask yourself at the end of the season, hey, can Kevin be the answer to this problem, or is getting rid of Kevin the answer of the problem? You know? Someone said, now that's game. I mean, the competent offense, this isn't game, but yeah, for the Browns offense, if they don't turn things around immediately, then yeah, I mean, they're not going to have a ton of opportunity to win here. But we knew that the Patriots were going to score 20 plus points coming into this. You know, today was an opportunity to try to see if you can keep up with the team offensively, and they're failing that opportunity.
So well.
And if it weren't for like a once-in-a-generation performance from Myles Garrett, this be as true, just like 40-point ass whipping right now.
The leader, a guy that's bringing people together, and you can see, look at the excitement, man. Come on.
Yeah,
This is so good.
Mike Vrabel said, I only judge a guy by what I know. I tried to recruit him at Ohio State to go there. He was 17 years old, had him in a Pro Bowl game, and I'm judging him on what I see now, and he's been nothing but an ideal teammate. Does whatever we ask him to do, and poorly on the return for Cleveland. Special teams excellent again.
Missing Winston's exciting interceptions. Man, we're missing any kind of excitement from offense.
Sideline. Come on, get excited. Get excited. Jumping on his quarterback. Be careful now. We don't want a back injury. And then, come on. Just get in there with the head coach, your teammates, Josh McDaniels, the coordinator. You're going to dap up everybody. 100% of the guys, everybody. It's like an episode of Oprah. You get a hug. You get a hug. You get a hug. You get a hug. Everybody gets a hug.
I don't think she's on anymore. Only in reruns. There is a
What's the penalty?
Sorting it out. Diggs came in as the leading receiver, but he did have a touchdown in there, so he's there with some of the fellow receivers saying, well, glad you got one.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, receiving team number 26.
All right, let's make it even harder on ourselves. Now we're making mental errors.
Miles Harden called for the penalty. That's the Browns' first penalty assessed in this game.
Now remember, going forward here, it'll be the Cleveland Browns, and this is how a stellar defense ends up giving up 23 points, because this offense isn't complimentary. You don't have the passing wherewithal, the skill set at the receivers to make this a throw it down the football field game. If you're going to get back into
They're finally spreading it out here.
rely get some play action to get.
It's going to drive me crazy if this is actually finally when they get some success going is when they spread it out a
The
little
Browns
bit.
defense is going to have to score or take it away again. Pass is caught. The Joker with the catch. Let's get a game break with Carissa.
Thank you, Chris. So the Bills have dropped their last two. Josh Allen never lost 3 games in a row. Dumps this one off to Khalil Shakir, who shakes off the tackler, makes a great move, and he is gone. 54-yard score. Bills in control 26-3 over the Panthers. Chris?
Yeah, you knew thank you. The Bills were going to bounce back bye week as you look at the AFC East standings and that Patriot win over Buffalo head-to-head. Very impressive. It has them undefeated in the division and leading the AFC East.
We're only down 16, man. Come on, Dylan, score a touchdown. They got to open it up.
He 3 for a first at Denver. Spillane just nailed Sampson.
Running it on second down. I mean, like it makes sense. It's just, I don't mind running it on second down. I just mind how we're running it on second down, you know? We come out, spread first down, we get 8 yards. Okay, let's see if we can force them into a nickel and then run at them with nickel. Instead, now we in this condensed formation for 3rd and 5. The results are going to be what we've seen all game.
For 6-6, and Gabriel's pass is caught. Short of the first down, tackled right away is Harold Fannin. And Chris.
It's the approach. It's like, is this the best approach we can possibly have, man? It's just so predictable.
Him down in his tracks. What a great tackle. You're talking about an elite cover corner who's not afraid to put his nose in there, turn it into 4th down and 1.
For the love of God, can we spread it out a little bit?
10 out of 16 on 4th down this year.
Oh my God, we're under center.
Big here. Quick pass. Fannin has it, and he's got the first down.
Okay. All right, come on.
Play call from Stefanski. Knew what he had
Come on.
and got it.
And both the receivers out there, you got Bond and Jerry Jeudy leading the way, blocking. Little guys out there trying to get that done for their tight end to convert on.
Please, let's not go back to 12.
Gabriel 12 out of 18.
No 12P. No 12P here, man.
A lot more the way the Patriots are stopping the run here as they
We're going back to tight bunch, 12P.
Gabriel going deep between 2 Patriots, and it's intercepted.
Yeah, man.
Jalen Hawkins came down with it
Yeah, man.
all the way to the turf. What a grab.
Well,
Looking into that sunshine.
Shador chose the wrong day not to have his pads, man. You talk about terrible timing. He is like this close to getting in if he were healthy. Chose the wrong day not to have pads, man.
I'm not doing tricks for you. Right. Oh, all right, fine. I'll show you one trick. Toss me your phone.
Yep, the dam's breaking on the interceptions.
Wallet. We'll compare auto insurance rates for.
Yeah, the 8-man line works so well. I agree with you. I agree with you. One play of more than 5 yards we got in that drive was out of a spread. We go straight back to 12P. We go straight back to heavy. It's the approach, man. It's the approach. Like, don't know who to blame. I honestly don't care anymore. This team has issues every week. I mean, it's not whoever's in charge of the offense. Like, are you serious? I mean, these issues that we're having here, I mean, it's obvious what the problem is right now, you know? The question is, like, why can't we switch to something else? Like, is it, I cannot, in good faith, think to myself that I'm having ideas that the Browns offense hasn't, because the Browns offense, Gabriel has a career backup written all over him. I mean, yeah, that's what everybody thought of him coming out the draft. And, you give him time to play, see what he turns into. This is certainly not a convincing performance. But yeah, it's just, what is this approach that we're in, Like, obviously the execution isn't great or what you want. But at some point, we got to just accept that what we are doing, the way we are doing it, it is simply not working. Well, he threw a punt at least. Yeah, it's the best punt of the day. Well, we started the game with Kevin reminding us why he's good. And we're ending the game with Kevin, making me more enraged than I've ever been with him. It's unfortunate, man. I mean, that, even that interception there, yeah, obviously it's on Dylan Gabriel, right? He can't throw the ball as deep as he wants to, and that ball kind of ends on him. And it's a great catch by 21, right? But let's be honest about how that play happens. That play happens because the quarterback understands that they're in a tight spot. He wants to make a big play. So he wants to force a big play. Everything's compounding on top of each other to just create negative result after negative result here.
Across the 30.
Well, they found something.
What are you talking about? I've said Stefanski should be fired for 3 weeks, and I've spent the whole stream bitching about Stefanski's approach. People just come in here and assume things and don't listen, but whatever, man.
The execution.
Yeah, I don't think much is going to change if we switch to Shedeur. I think the issue right now is the approach to the offense.
Let's attack the perimeter of this defense.
They told me bust down my AP perfect timing.
Anderson, the leading rusher in the game.
I mean, if Shedeur were healthy, he'd probably be playing right now. I don't know if it's going to change anything. I mean, Shedeur's going to throw the ball deep more, but there's nothing down there because we have 1 or 2 options there. We're not spreading the ball out. We're running out of condense. We're running out of heavy, 12P, 13P. Everything's 12P, 13P. It's, even when we spread the ball out, we can't force teams out of base. They have absolutely no way to force a team out of base. They aren't trying to get David and Njoku involved. They aren't trying to get... That score can't be correct in Cincinnati.
Yeah, and I love what New England.
Campbell and Judkins questionable for the rest of the game.
Hey, man, the run game is still so vitally important to slow down this pass rush.
I mean, why play them at this point?
How are we going to attack this Cleveland defense? And they have found...
To be honest, even if you switch to Shedeur next week, not much will change. I mean, you got the bye week, so at least you got an opportunity to tell yourself, hey, we can change our approach offensively, spread things out a little bit. Maybe that'll change some stuff. But if we run the same philosophy with Shedeur, it's going to be the same results. It's going to be the same results. The problem right now, to me, is less about the quarterback position. It's the offense that we're running. It's the approach that we're stuck in offensively. And whatever is creating that problem, whether it be a lack of personnel or whatever, has to be solved. Because it's just, it's unlivable at this point. It's time after the bye to see 12. I mean, that's going to be the consensus opinion. I think the Browns are still going to give Dylan 6 starts, but that's going to be the consensus opinion. That's really every deep ball. Yeah, it doesn't look good. The deep ball doesn't look good. I don't look at those deep passes from Dylan and go, oh, that looks promising. No, it's not. It's not good. But I'm more focused on the approach. The approach is just bad. And I just want to know what is the reason for the approach that the Cleveland Browns currently have on offense right now, as Drake May just goes out and scrambles for like 1,000,000 yards. Like, what's the reason for why we're in all of these condensed formations? What's the reason for why we're in heavy P all the time? Like, why can't we do something different? If that's because of personnel, or is that because that's what coaching wants to do because they think that's going to win and be a brilliant strategy, right? Like, we got to figure out why it is that, because it's the problem with the offense right now is that. That does not, we can't get out of that and being this predictable and being this obvious, then it's not going to set anybody up for success. We're just going to keep seeing guys go other places and be like, oh yeah, they look better. Now it's ball game. 30 points, we ain't getting there. You can't play with fire right now. Like, playing with Drake May like this is playing with fire. You can't say Shedeur won't make a difference. Also say we should draft a quarterback. I've been saying two things at once. We should fire the coach and draft the quarterback. Right now, you can't fire the coach. So changing the quarterback ain't going to make a difference. And let's be real, man. Shedeur's not a game-changing prospect. Like, he's not that different of a prospect than everybody else we've thrown out there. Like, do you think Shedeur at this point of his career is better than Joe Flacco? If Joe Flacco wasn't having success in this offense, then it's probably very likely that Shedeur is not going to have success in this offense either. Just do the simple math. And let's be real about like that part of it, right? Because you know what Shedeur fans are going to do if what I say comes true? They're going to want to fire the coach. They're finally going to come to the conclusion. Like, Shedeur's not going to just sprinkle magic over the offense and fix the main problem that we see right now. And the main problem what we see right now is we can't do anything other than line up in condensed formations, under center, and run the ball. That is the only thing the Browns can do right now. And when that's the only thing you could do, you're not going to be successful. You're just not. That's it. Now, I'm not in the building. I don't know why it is that they feel like that's the only thing that they can do and lean on. Maybe there's a good reason for it. I don't see a ton from the outside looking in, but maybe there's a good reason for it. I don't know everything. But what I do know is, like, when I watch the offense, it's obvious what the issues are. And they go beyond quarterback play. They go beyond the offensive line not being great. It goes beyond the wide receivers not being amazing. All those things can be true, and you should still be a better offense than what you are right now. It just is what it is.
Because it's just like throwing it into the breadbasket right there, and you see how great that was.
Like, they aren't just destined to be this bad because the personnel's bad like this. It should be better than this. It can be better than this. Even with everybody that you have on the team right now, I don't think that this is the best that we could be. I'm sorry. And when that's your issues, one guy, especially a 5th round pick, it's probably not going to change it, man. Someone said you can't push the ball when you can't force safeties to come up and corners to respect the speed that you have. Again, man, the same issues existed for this offense when the Browns were starting Joe Flacco, who is a quarterback who can push the ball downfield and make safeties work. If Joe Flacco could do anything in his career, he could do that. So it's not just that, man. It's not.
And now
It's this. It's that the Browns have like 5 or 6 things they can do. 3 of those things they do well. And they're ultra predictable.
Yeah, and if you're the Patriots right now it's time to eat. Defensively.
Yeah, they're going to start crashing in on everything, jumping on everything, and trying to hot everything because they know what's coming.
This is like sharks in the water.
This is why it gets worse at the end of the game than it is at the beginning, because now they're used to it. They can time it up. Again, look how tight this bunch is at the top. We're going to motion out Isaiah Bond, run him on a niner, and then try to throw this thing to like David Njoku underneath or something like that. Like it's the same. Why is it that that's all we can do offensively? It can't just be personnel, because when Joe Flacco was the quarterback, that's all we were doing too. And I know he can throw the ball deep. I've seen Jerry Jeudy win downfield. You can't tell me he's incapable of doing it now. I've seen David Njoku be good. Like we are acting like we are just like, this is all they could possibly be. Zappy named starter rest of the year. I don't know, man. I don't give a fuck who starts until we fix some of these issues. Like somebody's got to explain why this is all we can do offensively. And I'm not talking about production yards. I'm talking about the approach.
There. And they're going to call Carlton Davis for the penalty to give a first down.
Somebody's got to explain that. Because right now, it just looks like incompetence. Sly, I've been saying this for 3 weeks.
Rabel just can't even believe it.
Hey, they finally spread it out here.
Receiver from the backfield. Gabriel looks that way. Knocked it away.
We're not even thinking about going downfield right now. Like, yeah, after the season, I think it's over with Kevin, man. Like, I don't know. I think the ownership gave him the vote of confidence this week after the game. So he's going to make it to the end of the season at least. Well, man, I don't feel confident going forward with Kevin. I don't feel confident at all that that's the right move. Call timeout.
Gabriel and the Browns the first touchdown in this game. We're going to have a timeout.
Oh, I skipped your super chat. Let me get to it.
Browns will have 2 remaining. That's interesting with a 2nd and 10 call. Well, next Sunday on Fox, Justin Jefferson leads the Vikings in an NFC North showdown against Jared Goff and the Lions. And some will see the Jags after bye week take on the Raiders out in Las Vegas. Check local listings for the game in your area. That's next Sunday on Fox.
Still talking to their officials about that penalty. Here it is down here on the bottom. He did not like this.
Said they were predictable. LOL, Kevin's figured it out. 5 years of film. Well, Kevin didn't used to be predictable, right? Like Kevin used to be pretty spontaneous as play caller, pretty hard to get a handle of. That used to be the case, especially 2021 up until like 2022 and parts of 2023. I thought he was really good at that kind of stuff. 2024, 2025, it has been very predictable. And like, if you want to keep him, you got to figure out why that's the case these last 2 years. Like maybe it's a personnel thing, but man, we can't solve this to a point to where we could be competent. Like I refuse to believe that's got to be, that can't be the answer there, right? But can you please spread out the truth to so much short time is messing up my buzz? Oh, spreading out the truth. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, man. My apologies. Yeah, it's the approach on offense, man. Like people are going to try to make it about like the culture of the team, and that's not going to get me what gets Kevin fired. This team comes out and fights for Kevin every week. That's not what's going to get him fired. What's going to get him fired is the fact that like our approach is stale, and I don't know what the answer to why our approach is this stale for, right? The Shador Sanders fans who complain about how unfair all the hate is are saying some nasty things about me in chat. Half of the things that they're saying about me too aren't even true. They're just like, some people make up a version of me that they need to exist to argue against in their mind, and then they think that that's what I'm saying in real life, but in the reality just doesn't match up, you know? They just made up a reality where they think I'm like super anti-Shador and super pro-Dylan when that's never been the reality, because that's what they need to do in order to justify some of the dumb shit that they're saying. Just ignore them. Ghost says no coach is getting anything out of this offense. I don't agree with that. I think there are coaches that get more out of this offense than we are right now. Like, I felt this way, and I've said this for like a month. I think there are other coaches in the NFL that get more out this offense than we're getting now. Is it going to be the best offense in the NFL? No, but is it going to be this? No. Sean says, I can't wait to witness the shit show that will be the Browns versus the Jets. That'll probably be the day where they get it going offensively, right? Or at least they get enough turnovers to score points. And we don't have the worst coach in NFL. It's like we just saw last week. We clearly don't have the worst coach in the NFL. But the problem is the offense. And right now, Kevin does not look like the answer. So what do you have to do at that point? You got to fire him because he's not the answer. Call him Kevin 7 because any points past the script is not guaranteed. Used to not be like that, man. But last 2 years, that's been the case. That's been the case. Sad, man. It's sad.
And in the truck, maybe they'll send you some. Dylan Sampson in the back. They need a yard for a first. He's spinning and looked like he fell forward. And got the first down. Well, experience is what Kevin Stefanski wants his rookie quarterback to get. Maybe not this kind, but every little bit helps because
I mean, like 88 yards,
without his
22 pass attempts.
and having to play catch up, they'll learn a lot. On the run, completes to
That's the first real target to David Njoku, and it was off script. We've got no QB, no wide receiver, no offensive tackle who's doing it. Man, like, I don't think that's the problem. I don't think that's the problem. Like, we still, like, David Njoku's not nobody. Jerry Jeudy is struggling, but we haven't done anything to try to help him get out of the struggle. Like, I refuse to just put up my hands here and say, oh man, this is all the Browns offense could be. Kevin's actually doing a great job. That's not what's happening, in my opinion. I think we're worse than we should be right now. Even when you consider all the problems that the Browns offense has, we should not be this bad.
keep it. He'll get the first down and game.
We just shouldn't be this bad. Look, man, Shador ain't gonna fix it. Well, Shador alone can't just fix it, right? Maybe Shador can be much better in this offense than Dylan. That ain't gonna be hard. But the problem is bigger than a rookie 5th round or 3rd round quarterback is gonna fix. The type of quarterback that can fix these problems are the type of quarterbacks that go top 5. You know what I mean? Those are the only quarterbacks that fix these kind of problems.
Still got a first down there before a touchdown. He flips and it hits a pitch. One of the
If 3 QBs who don't have the same skill set all look the same, there's only one thing left to blame. I mean, look, the problem this season has clearly been that the offense is, historically inept right now. And the answer is not Kevin Stefanski, or it does not appear to be Kevin Stefanski. So the answer has to be that you have to move on. That's just the only reasonable place to be at right now. Like, unless you think that the problems that Kevin's the offense looks like this because of something that somebody else is doing, which I find it hard to believe because I just don't think the personnel is bad enough to justify this, then what other answer can you have? Starting to look like Alex Van Pelt and Callahan were the real masterminds? I don't think that was the case at all. Look at what Alex Van Pelt did last year. He got fired with the Patriots last year because of how that offense looked. And the same thing with Bill Callahan. I think they had personnel to be able to execute what they wanted to do at a high level. And once they didn't have that personnel, They couldn't pivot and do anything else at a high level to be successful. Like, I think they're just one-trick ponies. I don't think the real mastermind is fucking Alex Van Pelt. He's done nothing outside of Cleveland. The same is true of Bill Callahan right now, who outside of Cleveland, he hasn't been good either. So I don't think it's, oh, he lost a couple of assistants. I think the head of the snake is what's the issue. He was the reason they were successful earlier in his career, but he just has not found a good enough way to adjust or a different way to play football other than the style that the Browns could do in 2020. And that has been his Achilles heel since 2023, since the Browns have had to pivot from that style because their offensive line simply is not dominant anymore. Wouldn't a first drive success and failure be more of an indictment of talent? I don't think so. I don't think so. The first drive success is a result of good game planning, of good scouting, but then once the Patriots adjust to how you want to attack, you got to adjust back. That's coaching. Again, man, I think this offense stinks. We all looked at this roster and said this offense stunk in the offseason, and we said to ourselves, this should be like the 25th best offense in the NFL. We looked at this roster in the offseason and said that. This roster has not changed, but yet now we're trying to convince ourselves that all we could be is 32. That's all we could be? That's crazy to me. That's absolutely crazy to me. On the bright side of the game, on this game, we haven't given up a sack. That's what I'm saying. Like, the offensive line hasn't even been complete dog shit today. Like, what we've seen today is just your approach is not going to work. Whatever reason we're in this approach, there has to be an adjustment. There just has to. And there has not been. Like, I don't think that they would be this bad with all other 32 coaches. I think if you give, obviously like Sean McVay or Kyle Shanahan or somebody else this offense, they're getting more out of it. Wide receivers dropping passes, Gabriel is missing, throwing behind him. But that's not happening every play though, Matt. The tackles aren't collapsing. We've only given up one sack. Like, let's be real about what's going on. They know what we're going to do. The reason they know what we're going to do is because our approach is super basic and super simple. They're not afraid of anything. They know what we're going to do. We run the ball out of obvious run situations. Like, Quincy Judkins is obviously good, but why has Quincy not been productive the last 2 weeks? It's because we're running him in obvious situations. Everything is predictable for the Cleveland Browns. They have like 6 things that they're going to do to you on a given drive, and that's real easy to plan for. They're not even trying to do anything different. That's what I'm killing them for. We're not even trying to do anything different. That's what I hate. I get it. You might be ass out of empty, but at least fucking try when it's obvious that you need to try something else. And that's what's killing me. They're not even trying a different approach. Like, if they were trying a different approach and they couldn't run it, maybe we could talk about it being personnel, but we can't because they're not even trying it. That's the issue here. No, it's not Kevin Stefanski's last game. Kevin's going to get the whole season. They've made that as clear as they want to make it clear. They're not interested in firing a coach in the middle of the season this year because of win-loss record, and I agree with that decision. But at the end of the year, you got to look at what you've seen so far and ask yourself, do you want to go into a new era at quarterback with a coach who you might fire after year 1 and potentially expose that quarterback to the same instability that eventually was the issue with Baker Mayfield. Dragon says Kevin's still with the #1 beard in the NFL. Yeah, sure. That's really it there, right? You don't got to fire him in the middle of the season. Oh my God, did Miles get 5?
Is that Myles Garrett? And that is 5 sacks, and that's a career high in one game.
Would love this if it's in a win, but Miles played his ass off today. I'm not bitching about Miles today.
Here, bam, back in, then he just turns.
Miles gave you an all-time game, man.
Drake May gets stuck.
5 sacks, played his fucking ass off, and this is all we can give him. No more dancing for Dylan. He is a backup. He has had time today, open receivers. Who the fuck is who is telling you, yeah, man, we need more Dylan Gabriel today? This is what I mean. People make up their own reality and argue against it. I've been shitting on everybody on this offense for like 3 hours today. Like, what reality are you in that you think that I'm defending Dylan Gabriel right now?
Greats of all time, and to be even mentioned in that same set.
Time you're in the and your name is mentioned with Reggie White, that's big time. And I played against Reggie White a bunch. And when he started moving up and down the line of scrimmage, much like Myles Garrett, it was frightening. You used to think to yourself, what did I do to deserve this beating I'm about to take?
And waving everybody away. The Patriots will get the ball back on offense. Behringer, who did that? We'll check the exact spot. Once the Browns come out and take the
Wasting a 5-sack Myles Garrett game. And we're not even in the game. That's what's killing me, man. We're not even in it. Who the fuck is making excuses for Dylan Gabriel? Who is making an excuse for Dylan Gabriel? Who? What? Nate, show me where the excuse is being made for Dylan Gabriel, dude. Dude, if Shador had his fucking pads today, he'd be playing. I said that like 2 fucking drives ago. Who is making an excuse for Dylan Gabriel? This is bigger than the fucking quarterback. Like, I'm trying to get people to understand that. It's bigger than the fucking quarterback right now. Yeah, nobody's questioning Myles after this performance. He's awesome. Yeah. They stuffed the run. All we could do. Can't coach your way out of suck at everything. Thanks, Q. You can be better than this, man. I need people to understand. We can't accept this from the offense. Like, I get having low expectations. I get not expecting the offense like to score 30 points. But this, we can't accept this from a NFL offense. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is not acceptable. Everybody's driving me crazy, Step, bro. Everybody is, because it's not just the Shador stands. Those people aren't even driving me crazy. They're just not in reality right now. They're just making up shit that they think I'm saying and imagining it and getting mad at it. They're working themselves into a shoot. That's not my fucking problem. It's the people who are like, nah, man, this is the best we could do offensively. Like, we're just accepting that that's the best we can do. Like, dude, are you serious right now? From an NFL offense? There's no shot this is the best that we can do. There's just absolutely no shot that this is the best that these guys can look, man. There's no shot that they're being put in the best position to be successful right now. I cannot believe that that is the case.
team as Sampson gets a first down. And
Kevin's scheme is found out and stale. I mean, you're going to have to move on after the season if this is what it continues to look like. And when Shador gets in there, it's going to be interesting to see. Is this what it still looks like? Because we're 2 quarterbacks in. It's looked the same for both quarterbacks.
Here because of the work we put in. Let's keep doing it.
and a touchdown catch. David Njoku on a bullet from Dylan Gabriel.
I hate to say it, but Myles Garrett should sit. No, stop saying loser shit like that. Myles Garrett should play because he gets paid to play football. Stop that. I hate fucking loser shit like that. Oh, you're not winning the game. You shouldn't play. Stop being a fucking loser. That's loser shit, bro. That's loser mentality. You play because it's your job, not because the fucking score.
String that it completed for the touchdown right by.
Scored a touchdown.
Defender. Really nice job by the young quarterback.
Good throw.
2 touchdown gain for Gabriel. First 2-point attempt.
Someone said 12's legacy is getting injured with a red jersey.
The last moment, Harold Fanick Jr. almost. Marcus Jones broke that up.
Yeah, just trying to get out here into the corner and got to put that more by the pylon. But Marcus Jones, great job of getting that arm in there and knocking that ball over.
Honest chances of a quarterback change, I don't think they're going to switch until after giving him 6 starts. I think they do the change after the Baltimore game. I don't think they do the change after the bye.
Eagles lead the Giants 31-13.
I don't think it really matters if they do the change after the bye, to be honest with you. But if you're asking me when I think the Browns are going to make the change, I think it's going to be after they give him 6 games. I think they're giving him 6 games. I don't really care if they give him the full 6 at this point, but they're probably going to do it.
He wasn't blaming coaches. He told us, hey, that's on me to do whatever I can.
When somebody creates an argument you didn't make and argues against it, it's called a straw man fallacy. Yeah, it's a lot of straw manning. It's a lot of straw manning. It's a lot of straw man. Thanks for the super chat.
Been good. Browns will try their first, but 1 of 21 in the NFL this year. Only 1 onside kick.
The offense is stale as hell. Is not even a challenge. You aren't even forcing the defense to work. No, this is not acceptable. The way the offenses look for the bulk of this game. I mean, like, I know they just scored the touchdown there, but this game's over, right? Like, the Patriots know it's over. The Browns are out here, like, trying to squib kick the ball to get the ball back. Like, it's over, bro. Like, you know, so I can't even really, like, take account that. It's unacceptable, but that doesn't mean fire Kevin, trade. I don't know, man. Like, firing Kevin absolutely has to be on the table. Like, again, internally, they're going to talk and try to figure out what the actual issue is, right? Because for me, the question that needs to be answered is this. It's real simple. Why is it that our only approach to offense is 12 personnel and tight? Why isn't it that we're able to access different formations and force teams into different packages? There has to be a reasonable explanation for that. From the outside looking in, I don't think there is a reasonable explanation. Maybe there is one extenuating circumstance in the building that I'm not privy to. I find it hard to believe that's the case, but I'll leave room for that. But that's the issue, is the approach to the offense. You watch other teams and watch how condensed and tight the Browns offense is. Watch how spread out other teams' offenses are. Watch the Bengals right now, right? People are complaining Joe Burrow looks different. Watch how spread out they are. Now, obviously, they're capable of doing more personnel-wise because they have better personnel. But why is our approach so stale? If Kevin's not the answer, then who do you think is? I think it's very possible that there's some assistant coach out there that we don't know, that's not a household name, that could possibly provide an answer. That's going to be an offensive pass interference. If they fire Kevin, who do you want to keep? Would I want to keep Schwartz? I mean, I'm open to loot. Like, if Schwartz has to go, then Schwartz has to go. I think the Browns defense is good because of the personnel, but you know, if you could keep Schwartz, I wouldn't be upset at that. If you had to move on from Schwartz, I don't think that would be crazy either. You know, what I do like about Schwartz is the focus on the defensive line. What I don't like is that sometimes it feels like we can get a little stale defensively, but maybe that's because our approach offensively is so stale that we're not really given a lot to learn how to adjust to. You know, either way, Jim Schwartz has won a Super Bowl as a defensive coordinator. I'm fine keeping him. You know, the problem is the offense. If you have to move on to fix the offense, you got to do something here, because sitting on your hands and hoping that, you know, you Andrew Luck your way out of this problem on offense, which can happen, right? You get a top 5 pick at quarterback and that guy is like a money guy at quarterback, then yeah, you can fix yourself out this problem by drafting a top 5 guy if he's really that good. But unless you get that kind of luck, you're going to need Kevin to provide something. And right now, it's like, I'm not sure we're getting the most out of Dylan Gabriel. I'm pretty sure we didn't get the most out of Joe Flacco while he was up here. Like, that was the thing that got us excited about Kevin, right? We felt like he was getting the most out of Jacoby Brissett and the most out of all these other guys, but watching him this year, I don't think we got the most out of Tyler Huntley. I don't think we're getting the most out of Dylan Gabriel. If Shador plays, I'm pretty confident we're not going to get the most out of him, right? Like, it's that, you know, that's the problem. Kira says, even in a loss, we still love you, Q. Don't let the negativity keep. Yeah, man, I'm good, man. It's fine. The negativity, I'm over it, right? Like, those people are going to be mad at me, whatever. I'm just going to do my job. But yeah, that's the problem. I'm more concerned about the Browns' issues on offense long term than I am about the fucking chat. Seen coaches in my lifetime do more with less. I've seen Kevin do more with less, which is why this is disappointing, because we thought that Kevin was one of those guys who could do more with less. We're losing the premise here with Kevin Stefanski. He's been so bad the last 2 years. And that's when it's time to move on. You know what I mean? Like, that's when you know it's time to move on. Again, I don't ever recommend firing a coach in the middle of the season because it does not help you in any way, shape, or form. So you keep him to the end of the season, Carson Schwarzenegger's hurt right now. He just got up, though. If Mendoza is off the board, Moore or Simpson? Oh, Simpson. It's Simpson. It's Mendoza 1, Simpson 2, and then Moore 3 right now. And look, this draft class, I think, has like 4 or 5 guys in it that the Browns are probably going to want to take in the first round. So if you want to learn anything from Baker, you don't want to introduce your quarterback to instability to start their career. So if you don't think Kevin's the answer going forward offensively, you don't think he can fix it, you're not convinced he can fix these problems, you have to move on from him at the end of the season. You have no other choice but to. You know, especially if you're planning on drafting a quarterback. We run the same scheme as 17 other teams. The problem is the approach. They ran bunch. Yes, this is exactly what I'm saying. It's not the scheme. People say scheme all the time. Scheme is like what play concepts you run. Every team runs the same shit, right? It's the approach to it. The fact that we can't get teams out of certain looks defensively. We can't force a team into lighter personnel, right? That's the problem. It's the approach that we take. It's that Harold Fainin is our slot receiver. It's that we're drawing up more plays with Isaiah Bond as the first progression than Jerry Jeudy. This is the stuff that drives me nuts. That doesn't feel like we're utilizing guys at a high level. Kevin should only go if he's going to be on a short leash next year. We can't expose. That's what I'm saying. if you keep Kevin at this point, there's no way he's not going to be a short leash next year. So if we're already at the point to where if you keep Kevin, he's going to be on a short leash. At that point, you just have to move on at the end of the season. Right? He's the best coach the Browns have had since my lifetime as a Browns coach, which isn't saying much, but he is, right? 2 playoff appearances, better than any Browns coach in my lifetime has done. But so you'll give him the end of the season out of respect, but it's time to go. It's just over, bro. It's just over. Like, you know, and look, you can do worse than Kevin. I understand people's anxieties about that, but this can't be acceptable. Someone said Joe Flacco is balling. Let me read the super chat. Ward had a pretty bad game today. Yeah. So everybody's asking why not fire him now? What's the benefit of firing him right now other than like it makes you happy for like 10 seconds? The only thing that would be good for is like me. It would be good for me if the Browns fired Kevin Stefanski after the game because I get the big video bump and everybody watches the video and all of that. But that's the only people it benefits. It's like content creators. It benefits if you fire him now. For the team, it's not good. Joe Flacco is 20 of 28, 216 for 2 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. I just don't understand, Q. Well, I mean, part of that is the fact that I think we just got a fumble or a turnover here. So they're still fighting, right? And that is the thing that people are going to give Kevin credit for, and I think rightfully so. This team still fights no matter what under Kevin. And I think they respect him. And he is a coach in the NFL that these guys respect. And that's not going to be super easy to replace. But the approach to offense has been so bad, and we've taken so many swings at different offensive coordinators over the year that now we're at a point to where the only answer can be move on from Kevin. We're just out of moves. Like, what else are we going to do if we want to fix the offense? Joe Flacco, okay, I already read that. But yeah, I mean, give Dylan a better wide receiver. I guess. No, nobody's hiring Deion Sanders. One, he has health issues right now. Like, I don't think that's when you want to transition somebody to the NFL just for like his own personal health. And 2, he's not even good at Colorado. Like, Colorado sucks. They're a terrible football team right now. Why would you hire a coach who hasn't gotten like to a bowl win once in his career to coach in the NFL? That'd be stupid. It's probably going to piss off all the Shador fans again. Who cares? But yeah, I mean, like hiring Deion is definitely not the solution here. That is peak dysfunction.
3 yards, you go down contact.
Gabriel to throw, and there's no.
That's going to be intentional grounding, ain't it?
Well, it was Fannin. He was about 8 or 10 yards upfield in that area.
There's nobody there.
I think that's what Mike Rabel is saying, and they're discussing it.
You know what's going to be funny? One day we're going to see Dylan Gabriel play well with somebody else, and then Browns fans are going to be like, oh, man, why do you look better somewhere else? I'm telling you, like, we're not utilizing the best out of any of the quarterbacks we've played. That's a trend that's been continuing. I think that you could probably get more out of Dylan than what we've seen here. You could definitely have gotten more out of Joe Flacco. And we're going to feel the same exact way, by the way, when we see Shador if this trend continues, where it was like, oh, I felt like I could have got more out of him, right? It's just, who would I hire? Again, I don't want to default to names on the head coaching thing. I want the Browns to hire traits. I want them to hire somebody who's going to get us ahead of the curve offensively. And if that's a name I've never heard of, I want to be open to that. You know, when we say these names, we just get married to them. So I just want them to get ahead of the curve offensively. You know, whoever you think that is, or whoever people think that is, I don't know, but that's what I want them to do. I want them to fix the problem that is the offense, because I don't think the problem is the culture of the team. I don't think the problem is that they're not disciplined enough. They're still fighting like hell in the fourth quarter of this dud-ass game. They're getting turnovers and shit. They're the lead, like, that's not the issue right now. The issue is that offensively we're inept. Don't forget, Kevin brought in analysts and consultants to help him the past years with these very issues he's dealing with. Yeah, he's brought in like 3 offensive coordinators in the last 3 years to fix this, and it hasn't been fixed. It's like, what else do we do? It's like, what else do we do here? You know what I mean? It's just time for a different approach. Hey, Q, the Browns only have their RB1 with 2 first-round picks in 2026 draft. They need to get their QB1 and their wide receiver 1. Yeah, I think getting a difference maker at quarterback and at wide receiver is going to make a huge difference. Oh, wow, the Browns got the offside. Like, they're fighting hard as hell. Like, that's why when people say, oh, we need to hire Brian Flores or something like that, the issue is not the fight that the team has. They're fighting hard as hell right now, man. Like, that's the one thing that Kevin is still doing at a good level. They're still fighting hard as hell. The problem is that they can't get anything remotely close to NFL quality going on offense. They're fighting like hell right now, man.
Cleveland. Yes, tight end day giveth, and tight end day taketh away, Chris.
Been that long, 26 until last time Cleveland had an onside kick recovery. That was against the Titans. Mike Vrabel's former team.
But then we run into the actual problem. Now, you might say that's a sack. That's on the offensive line. Look at how condensed the formation is and how long stuff's going to develop to break when we're this condensed. We're running mesh rail. That's all we're running. Right? Mesh rail. But we're waiting for an over to come clear. And since it's coming out of a condensed form, the field, the middle of the field is going to be so tight that it's going to be hard to see anything. Business decision by Hooper? Maybe.
Close team, both in and away from the game, on the offense, defense, and they, again, a young team with the amount of rookies and some free agent players, but they seem to be really meshing well.
And a completely revamped team. You look at all the free agents they brought in, the rookies they brought in, guys from other walks of life, coaches they brought in, and to be able to kind of amalgamate and come together in those situations, it is a big-time testament to Mike Vrabel and the culture that he has created here in New England.
And doing it with his, defensive coordinators, having Terrell Williams, the cancer treatments, and he's hanging in there, he's doing okay under the circumstances, but the team has withstood that.
Hey, man.
This is what I hate about defensive players. Like, defensive players, they want to...
We got a hell of a fight here.
Right? Because this is where you compile statistics. You chase sacks. You chase interceptions. You chase opportunities. This is why defensive players and I have never gotten along.
Well, you play the offensive line. They're always trying to get past you. You're trying to get in their way. They only have 1 sack, but they do have a couple of takeaways in that throw. And Junior is trying to get away. What a game he's having. Came in as the team.
There's no way that's the best we can be, man. There's just no shot that this is the best they can be. That can't be the best that you can get out the 11 guys on the field right now. It just simply can't be. It just can't be.
3 minutes to go. Jennings carries. Cleveland, Myles Garrett, he was the one to watch. And we watched him with 5 sacks, a franchise record in this game.
And I'm telling you, you would think, hey, man, maybe it was going one-on-one. He was double-teamed all day long, all up and down the line of scrimmage, and just continued to hunt and find the quarterback. And check this out. 5 sacks, single-game franchise record. I'm telling you what, unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's pissed, dog. Like, I'm pissed, too.
Because even though he's on a Hall of Fame trajectory, he said that the one win is one thing, but the habit forming, the obsession with winning, it's going to take all of us. As Terrell Jennings came up for the practice squad carries there, downhill runner who gets downhill. And I wonder if he wants to be out there at this moment.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he does, and I'm sure he's so frustrated right now with the lack of offensive production, because early in this game they gave, as a defense, their team a chance to win, and ultimately couldn't get that done. But New England has really kind of flexed their muscles in this.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the Patriots on their way to another victory.
Yeah, man. There's an acceptable level of bad, and we're not there. We're just not there. Yeah, it's over, man. Why would we want to trade Myles? Okay, you're trolling. Q is bittersweet because Mike Vrabel was working for us last year. Yeah, I mean, Mike Vrabel, from all accounts, they thought Mike Vrabel did a great job last year helping the team out. I don't think they blame any of the issues on the team with Mike Vrabel. And look, Mike Vrabel's doing a great job with what he has. I think Josh McDaniels doing a great job, right? They got the quarterback, though, right? Like, that's the one big thing they got. You watch Drake May, that's a franchise quarterback. They got the quarterback. And not only do they have the quarterback, it looks like offensively, they're putting him in a position to succeed. You know, right now the Browns don't have a quarterback, and I don't think even if they had the quarterback, they'd be putting that quarterback in the best position to succeed for what they're doing offensively. So, you know, they changed it around in 1 year, right? They went from feeling that way with Alex Van Pelt leading the offense with Drake May last year. And it's kind of more proof, right, that what the Browns are doing and what the Browns are trying to bet on offensively is just not working, because look at how Drake May looked in a very similar offense to what the Browns run now last year with Alex Van Pelt. And ask yourself if they were getting the most out of it, right? Like, they're getting way more out of Josh McDaniel, right? They're going to have to, this problem with the offense, it's going to take a while it's going to take some changes to solve, man. I know it doesn't matter, but at least Myles set a new record. I think he broke his own. Yeah, 4.5. That's a new single game team record. I'm sure he would have loved to have it in a more meaningful game. I think Dylan threw an interception on a play action bomb to a wide receiver. I mean, yeah, my point is, I can't believe that this is the best you can get out these 11 guys on offense, even if you don't think they're good. And they're not. But this ain't acceptable, bro. Jets just beat the Bengals. Are you kidding me? That's good. That's fun. What happened? What happened in that game? By the way, if you can join Sleeper, get a 100% match when you use promo code ORSTAKE. Join Sleeper today. They're sponsoring the stream. You do picks, fantasy football, all kind of fun stuff. I'm going to use the Sleeper app to catch up on some of these scores around the league. The Dolphins, the Jets are beating the Bengals. LOL. That's hilarious. I'm going to get to the scores real quick. As we get to the end of this game, the Browns lost. Myles Garrett's press conference is probably going to be something. I don't even blame him, right? The reason I was mad when he had the press conference where he threw the offense under the bus earlier in the season was because he got blanked by like a guy who had no business blanking him. Myles got 5 sacks today. He could do whatever the fuck he wants in that press conference. He's going to be right. All right, so the Jets, they must have just scored. Yeah. Wow. They just scored. They have the lead over the Bengals right now. I don't think they beat them, but they have the lead. I don't think the problem is that it's Paul DePodesta, guys. All we know about Paul DePodesta is that he recommended Browns hire Sean McDermott over Hugh Jackson and Kevin Stefanski over Freddie Kitchens. I think he was right in both cases. That's all we really know about him. You know, I don't think he's the problem. I think the problem is simply the approach to the offense from a game plan standpoint, man. I just joined for the post-game show. Love how your thumbnail has you so happy, and I'm not. Yep. Ravens just beat the Bears with Tyler Huntley. Big shout out Snoop Huntley. Giants just lost to the Eagles. The Bills beat the everlasting shit out the Panthers. Texans beat the 49ers. The Bengals and Jets game is a 1-point game with 2 minutes left. I feel like the Bengals are going to get a field goal here to win that, right? We could watch the end of that and then we'll go to the post-game show. But look, man, it's not going to be a fun vibe. The post-game show is not going to be fun. Yeah, it's not going to be highest of high vibes. Garrett will be demanding a trade again soon. He can't get traded. He signed a new contract. That contract has $1 million and has billions, like a bunch of money and dead money there. He can't be traded. So if he requested, he's not going to get traded. They've made that very clear. So that's not the issue. I mean, he might go up there and try to get Kevin fired this week during the bye week, but you know, I don't think they're going to do it. And I don't blame him for being frustrated. Again, he did what he was supposed to do and more. Q, who would I have? I don't have an answer for that question. I just think that they need to look, right? They need to look for more answers.
These fans that thought this one was in the win column just a couple of minutes ago. Reminder to stay tuned. The NFL.
How did they lose this game? What happened?
Permitting JB and the crew standing by. Get you all the scores and highlights to your heart's content. 39 yards.
All right, so the Bengals 3rd and 9. About 1:37 left. Well, no, 37 seconds left. Where's the ball at? They're 17 yards from a field goal.
The decisions to try to put his team in a position to get one here. Flacco from the gun. Here they come. Flacco again under duress.
Just throw it out of bounds, and that's going to be 4th and 9.
Johnson, they dial up the perfect pressure to throw the timing of that play off for Flacco.
And it will come down to one 4th down snap. If Aaron Glenn's New York Jets defense can stop them here, they will get their first victory of 2025. And as we conclude that game, the last of the early window.
Did Joe like fumble the ball? Like what happened?
Ready to open up. The 5-2 first place Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints. Spencer Rattler will get first possession in that NFC South divisional matchup. Back full to Cincinnati.
It comes down to this for the Bengals. 4th and 9. Flacco protected.
No good.
Pass incomplete. And the Jets are gonna
Wow. Well, I knew there was a reason I did not trust the Bengals this week. I knew there was a reason I didn't trust the Bengals this week. I thought it was going to be Joe Flacco interceptions. It was not Joe Flacco interceptions. But it was just something I didn't trust about the Bengals this week. I mean, like, dude, I don't care about Kevin's press conference quotes. I feel like people get raged up about that. That's like the dumbest thing people get mad about Kevin for. There's much more legitimate shit to be mad at him about than his press conference quotes. Oh, man. All right, another sleeper ad. Make sure you join Sleeper. Use promo code WORSTTAKE. Get 100% match up to $100. You can do fantasy football, picks. They have some great stuff on that app. Make sure you check it out. All right, let's get to the post-game show, man. At least the Bengals lost. You know what I mean? At least there's that. But we got bigger problems than the Bengals, man. We do. At least the Bengals lost. You know what I mean? Sorry about that. All right. And we're live. All right, we're live for the post-game show. I want to thank everybody for joining. They're not 0-16, Dragon. But thanks everybody for joining. If you're on Bleacher Report for the post-game show, this is not a fun one, right? This game was, after last week's game, there was some hope that maybe things would just turn around. Maybe some of the problems that have been plaguing this team for the last calendar year plus have turned around. And maybe there was some hope standing out that the Browns could maybe avoid some things that felt like they were going to be obviously happening. But this week was a sobering slap in the face for a lot of Browns fans out there, that the problems that the Cleveland Browns have on offense are still going to exist and are existing at as high of a level as they've ever existed. He had a horrible game from Dylan Gabriel. You know, I truly wonder if Shador was not injured this week, if he would have played in this game, because I think you had justification to switch out quarterback in the fourth quarter of this game because Dylan had just looked lost. And it's the same kind of lost look that we saw, you know, not just Dylan Gabriel have in this offense, but also Joe Flacco have in this offense. And ironically enough, at the beginning of this game, we got more hope. Because at the beginning of this game, we got a signature, old school, classic. Kevin Stefanski called up a great opening drive, and they cooked on it, and it was like the best the offense had looked all season. And we were thinking to ourselves, maybe things are better now. Maybe Kevin's going to start demonstrating that he is a two-time coach of the year. But the rest of that game, Kevin Stefanski violently made the case that you need to fire him at the end of the season. Because the issues with the Cleveland Browns right now feel related to the approach of the offense more than anything. Now, I know when I say that, some people are going to go, well, Quincy, don't you think the offensive line is terrible? And I would agree with you. Quincy, don't you think these wide receivers aren't great? I would agree with you. Quincy, don't you think that they have other issues? You know, the quarterback position might not be amazing. I would agree with you, but I cannot sit here and think with a straight face that the product that the Cleveland Browns have put out over the last calendar year, that the offense that we saw today is the best that those 11 guys can look. I don't even think It's how, on average, those 11 guys would look on a football field. I think we're getting less out of these 11 guys than most teams would in the NFL right now. And understanding that they stink. By the way, they're flashing on screen. Apparently, Nick Mangold died, a longtime center. I believe he was an Ohio State football player as well. Rest in peace, prayers and condolences to his family. That's heartbreaking. We've seen a lot of players from, the 2010s generation pass away, and it's just real sad to see, right? Prayers to the Mangold family. Want to interrupt this video just to say that. But the Browns' issues right now feel like, yeah, you could blame it on personnel, but I don't think that's a big enough excuse for how bad they look, especially in this game. And look, this game, they didn't look especially bad compared to how they've looked. They looked the exact same. Like, when we see people make these points, right, that the approach to the Browns offense, it just feels really funky, right? How the Browns are just so heavy all the time in their personnel and how ineffective they are in that personnel. When it's starting to stack up, how many guys outside of this approach look so much better than what they look like when they are with Kevin. It starts to paint a picture of an offensive mind who might have been at one point ahead of the curve or at the curve, who now looks like he is behind the curve and has struggled mightily to adjust back to the curve. Again, we all thought the offense was going to be bad at the beginning of the season, but we did not think they would be this bad. So knowing what we knew at the beginning of the season, knowing what this roster was, we thought they were going to be bad, but this bad was not the expectation because we thought that they could be better than this. They cannot be better than this right now with Kevin Stefanski. Now, I'm never going to recommend a coach gets fired in the middle of the season. I know everybody gets mad when I say that, but I think that's what's better for the franchise overall in the long term is to not fire your coach in the middle of the year. I have seen no credible evidence that firing your coach in the middle of the year is ever a good thing. It's always a bad thing. I've never seen it work out for the Cleveland Browns specifically. Last time we fired a coach in the middle of the season, we ended up with Freddie Kitchens. I don't care for doing that. No, I don't want to fire the coach in the middle of the season. And to be fair to Kevin Stefanski, he is the best Browns coach since expansion, and he at least deserves to get the full season before he gets the boot. But that's the real problem for me right now. I am not convinced that we're getting the most out the 11 guys on the field. I don't think Kevin's getting the most out of him. And that sucks because at one point we felt like Kevin was one of those guys who could get the most out of guys. But now it's just looking the other way. It's looking bad. When I talk about the approach, I want to be specific in what my complaints are with the offense. Because I don't want to just say that it's the approach as a blanket term. When I say the approach, I mean the Browns, they come out consistently in the same personnel groupings, and they aren't trying to do anything differently offensively off of those groupings. So the way that the Browns are trying to win football games offensively is they're going to come out in heavy packages. 22, 21, 12, 13. 22, 2 running backs, 2 tight ends. 21, 2 running backs, 1 tight end. 12, 1 tight end. I mean, not 1 tight end. 1 running back, 2 tight ends. 13, 1 running back, 3 tight ends. That's what they're consistently coming out in. That's what they're trying to win out of. Hold on. The bet the Cleveland Browns are making is that they're going to be able to overpower teams. That's the bet they've been working off of all year. They doubled down on it since putting in Dylan Gabriel and since Quincy Judkins has emerged. That approach has not been good for the run game. It's not been good for the passing game. And it's not been working because the Browns are not able to outpower a defensive line. I've not seen a single defensive line in the NFL. I think the Browns can bully on the line of scrimmage. So this approach that they're having, it just hasn't worked. And my issue is that we're not even attempting other attacks at the defense, right? We're not trying to spread it out. We're not trying to get into empty and force them into different personnel packages and maybe trying to run on a later down when they're in nickel or something like that to get them lighter. All we're doing is brute force. We're going to try to outpower them, and it's not working. And then when we do throw, we're throwing out of these super tight bunch of alignments that take forever to develop that we can't protect for. And that is why they take so many checkdowns in this offense. I know some people think the reason the Browns aren't able to do anything offensively is because Dillon Gabriel specifically can't throw the ball downfield. And we saw nothing in this game that would make you feel comfortable about Dillon Gabriel throwing the ball downfield. But Dillon Gabriel is not the only quarterback to play in this offense and look like this. Joe Flacco played in this offense not too long ago, and it looked the exact same as this. And Joe Flacco is certainly capable of throwing the ball downfield and certainly willing to throw the ball downfield. But when he was in this offense, it looked just like this because the problem is the approach. We cannot execute the approach. We don't have good enough personnel to execute the approach. And as a staff, they are not good enough to adjust their approach to the personnel that they have, which is why they're just resulting in checkdowns and failed offense. The problems are bigger than just the offensive line not being good. It's bigger than whatever you think of the wide receivers right now. It's bigger than whatever you think of whoever's playing quarterback. We've seen two quarterbacks in this offense. They've looked the exact same. If we see a third quarterback in this offense and he looks the exact same, well then, what other conclusion are we to come to? I'm not going to expect that if Shedeur comes in, he's going to just make this offense look completely different if the approach is the same. The problem is the approach. Are the quarterbacks that are executing the approach good? No, none of them are good. Or at least the two that have played aren't good. Dillon's not good. Shedeur's not good. I mean, not Shedeur, my bad. Shedeur hasn't played. Joe Flacco is not good at this point. But the approach has failed them. We're seeing Joe Flacco, albeit with significantly better personnel, look more competent as a quarterback than he did in Cleveland because his approach is better and more varied. Teams aren't able to lock in on what the Browns want or what the Bengals want to do because they only do 3 or 4 different things. That's what's happening in Cleveland right now. We only do 3 or 4 things. Every time we run, it's 10 guys on the line of scrimmage and it's under center and we're running it either towards one of the guards and we're pulling 2 guards. We're doing the same stuff. It's the approach that is truly failing this team and why I'm not convinced that we could not look better with somebody else running the offense. Now, ultimately, Tommy Rees is a part of this too, which is why I don't think just firing Kevin right now is going to fix the problem because what, is it going to give more power to Tommy Rees? Tommy Rees is a part of the problem right now. And it's part of the reason why I don't think that the solution is going to be Kevin Stefanski anytime soon, right? Because Kevin's hiring Tommy Rees. He hired, what's his name? Ken Dorsey. My point is, right now, there's just no excuse for the offense to be this bad. If they were just bad, I don't think I'd be tripping. But this bad, there's really no excuse. It's not justifiable. Other teams, I think, have worse personnel than the Cleveland Browns on offense, and they're doing more with it. And it's not to say that they're doing a ton with it. They're just doing more with it. Like, look at I'm watching right now as I record this video, the New Orleans Saints. And I watch their offense and think, they're doing more with their offense than we are. And they're starting Spencer Rattler, right? Like they're not a good team either. They're 1-6. So no, I can't sit here and blame every problem the Browns have on the offensive side of the ball on personnel anymore. It's just not happening. I don't think we're getting the most out the personnel. And I think that's the Browns' biggest issue right now. They have to go into the offseason and solve that problem. And if solving that problem means firing Kevin Stefanski, then you got to do it. Because what this team cannot afford to do is the same exact thing that they did with Hugh Jackson, where they felt bad for a guy and they didn't want to fire him, so they kind of let him hang out for a week, for a year, for half a year, and then fired him in the middle of the season, and then ended up exposing the quarterback that they took #1 overall to so much instability that became the reason that you ended up having to trade for Deshaun Watson. Like, don't want that scenario, right? If the Browns want to draft a quarterback this offseason, which, look, it's looking like they're going to draft a quarterback this offseason. I know some people think that you should get the offensive line first, but there are 4 or 5 quarterbacks coming out this year that I think the Browns are going to be more than willing to take in the first round. They're probably taking a quarterback. And if you're going to take a quarterback, I don't want that quarterback to potentially be in a situation where they catch the lame duck year of Kevin Stefanski. I'm not convinced he's going to be able to fix these problems anytime soon. I'm not convinced that better personnel is going to solve the problem because, yeah, it might result in a better offense, but do I think that Kevin's going to be the guy that gets the most out that offense? No. I think at best you get a Zach Taylor situation, right? That's best case scenario right now. I don't want the Browns to have a Zach Taylor situation. So if you internally don't have some kind of magnificent answer to why it is that the Browns approach is so one-dimensional right now that explains everything, which I don't see there being, but maybe internally they know something I don't. It's always a possibility, but don't really think that that's the case, but maybe there's room for that. Unless that's the answer, or there's some kind of answer that we're not privy to there, then you got to make the move at the end of the season. Don't fire a coach in the middle of the year. It's never a good idea. I'm never going to be for it. I know it's not popular to say right now because everybody wants a guy to get fired now. And it'd be great for me content-wise if Kevin got fired in the middle of the year because they're going to get to make the video about it, and then we could talk about coaching search. It'd be much better for me content-wise. But I'm not in it just to make content. I want the Browns to be good, right? And I'm not convinced that firing your coach in the middle of the year is the best way to get back to being good if you're the Cleveland Browns. But I do think that you got to move on, right? I think this game was like the final straw for me, right? Even if they keep Kevin for next year, I don't think it's a good idea. Like, I think this was the final straw for me. The approach, the stubbornness in the approach, the lack of innovation out that approach, I'm done. Like, I've seen enough to be at the place to where I don't think that the guy that wowed us and won Coach of the Year in 2023 and 2020 is coming back anytime soon. And I think the best thing for him is that he needs a sabbatical and go somewhere else. And then maybe at his next stop, he'll be a good coach. Because, to give Kevin credit, the team fought all the way to the end. They fought like hell in this game. Defense was getting turnovers. Miles got 5 sacks in this game. Special teams recovered an onside kick. They were fighting their fucking ass off in this game. But it did not matter because the offense just could not get anything going. Anything going. They just could not get a single thing going. Let's see. I mean, I know they're going to probably put Shador in the next couple of weeks. I still think the Browns are going to give Dylan like 6 games before they bench him. But a performance like today might force the matter. I mean, Joe Flacco got mentioned, 4 starts? So it's not out the realm of possibility. Maybe they put Shador out there, but the realistic possibility here based on what we've seen this year, and this is not even shade to Shador, this is just what we've seen all year, is that whatever Shador looks like, it's going to feel like the Browns aren't getting the most out of him because that's how it's felt with every quarterback that's been under center. You watch Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco didn't feel like they were getting the most out of Joe, and then they got Joe to a place to where he just looked completely inept after 4 weeks, and that's the same place that we're at with Dylan Gabriel right now, and then we can put Shador in there, but if he gets to the same exact place that both those guys got to, then it's not going to be a shock. Right? Like, I mean, before the season started, I think everybody thought that Joe Flacco was better than Shador. Even like the people who were watching that camp thought that Joe Flacco looked better than Shador, had a more live arm than Shador. And there's no disrespect to Shador. He's a rookie, right? He's not supposed to be better than like a 20-year vet. But if Joe Flacco can look this bad in this offense, then it's probably not just the quarterback, right? Like, it's probably more things going on than just that. And that's been the case for the last couple of years. And this isn't a Deshaun Watson situation where, like, you got to see Deshaun Watson be the quarterback while Kevin's approach was still working, right? In 2023 and 2022, Kevin was still ahead of the curve offensively. But 2024, 2025, he's just been behind the curve. He's been too predictable. The approach has been too stale, and it hasn't been different. We felt the same way since that Dallas game to start the season last year, and that's the main problem. I thought special teams fought their asses off in this game. Can't even be mad at Bubba Ventrone. I thought that the defense was fighting their ass off in this game. I think the offense wanted to fight their ass off, but they were never put in the position to be successful. That's not to say that this offense is going to be amazing if you just switch out an offensive coordinator. But man, I think the problems that we have look way worse than they should right now. Like, just way worse than they should. Maybe this is an unpopular take. Maybe this is a hot take. But that's where I'm at, man. That's my conclusion from this game. The approach is just not where we want it to be. The execution in that approach is not where we want it to be. And something's got to change offensively. And the main thing that's going to be able to change is your approach at the position from a coaching standpoint. Maybe a new quarterback comes in and a new wide receiver really does fix all the problems for the Browns, but I don't know, man. I'm not really convinced that that's the case. Y'all can let me know how y'all feel about that down in the comment section below. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, I mean, how many yards did the offense get in this game? Well, they got, let me pull it up right here. Let's get the box score or the play-by-play. So the Browns offense got 70 yards in the first drive of this game. For the rest of the game, the Browns offense totaled 143 yards in 52 plays. So if we tally that up, 143 yards, how many plays are we subtracting from the first drive? It was a 6 play. So minus 6 plays from 53. We're talking about 47 plays. Browns averaged 3 yards per play today. 3 yards per play today, man. That's what they averaged. You put any quarterback you want right now. I don't think that the result is changing, my guy. Like, I think this is just what this offense is producing at the quarterback position right now. Another point to make here, right? Because I know like it's been weird what people have been saying been the solutions, like, oh, maybe Brian Callahan was him not being here is the problem, or maybe they need to bring back Alex Van Pelt. I don't think that's the answer either. I don't think the answer is with assistants, because Alex Van Pelt was the offensive coordinator for the New England Patriots last year. He had Drake May last year, and Drake May gets a new offensive coordinator this year in Josh McDaniels, and he looks like a completely different dude than he did last year. You know, part of that is he was a rookie. He was learning. He was developing. But again, it's just more proof to me that the main philosophy behind the approach that Kevin has, that Alex Van Pelt had, has just gotten stale over the years, and it's gotten stale because NFL teams have had time to adjust their personnel and adjust their coverages to be able to more easily defend some of the things that used to, get chunk plays on these defenses a couple of years prior. So now you're at a place to where the run game is super inefficient, right? Let's look at the run game in this one. The Browns got that one big run from Malachi Corley, but then Quinshawn, 9 carries, 2.1 yards per carry. Dylan Sampson, 3 carries, no yards. Like, the lack of efficiency in this offense, it's been a problem all season. It's continued to be a problem today. And the reason they can't get any efficiency is because they're incapable of successfully executing anything right now. And I get that the offense can be bad sometimes. I get that the personnel is not amazing. I get that Dylan Gabriel is not a good quarterback. But, man, do you think that they're getting the best out of these 11 guys on the field right now? Do you think that it's impossible to say that we're going to have this same conversation in a couple of weeks when they switch the quarterback to Shador? Like, I don't even think we're at the place, and this is the most damning thing for a 2-time coach of the year. I don't think I'm at the place where I think I could get a solid evaluation of some people. Like, how much of this is that the offense is just putrid? And, like, here are some elementary things that are frustrating me with the offense right now. The Browns on a 3rd and 5 call up a design play. They put Isaiah Bond in motion so he can run a quick slant over the middle. Isaiah Bond drops it. Now, I don't mind the design of that play. I don't even mind the play call. It was successful. It could have been successful for a 3rd down if Isaiah Bond had caught it. My issue is like, hey, you have Jerry Jeudy, who you need to get right now. And why aren't you calling that play for Jerry Jeudy? David Njoku, he got the ball like 2 times in this game. None of those times were designed for David Njoku. Like, we have guys who have made the Pro Bowl on this roster right now, on offense. And we're not designing them to get open. We're designing stuff for Isaiah Bond. We're designing stuff that's working with Malachi Corley, but we're designing stuff for Malachi Corley instead of designing stuff for Jerry Jeudy. And I know people are down on Jerry Jeudy right now because he's had the dropsies, but like, part of Kevin's responsibility with that is to put Jerry Jeudy in a position where he can get some momentum, some confidence going. And Jerry Judy's been struggling for like 3 weeks now, and there's not been one game where Kevin has made it a point of emphasis to just get Jerry Jeudy going early. We're going to throw him screens. We're going to get him on an end around. We're going to get him on some quick hitters early. We're going to design some quick slant stuff for him early. We're going to get him isolated one-on-one early. He's not doing any of that. He's doing that stuff for Isaiah Bond right now. Now, maybe this is just a mandate from the front office and they're not even trying to win games right now, and maybe that keeps Kevin his job here, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not convinced. This is the stuff, right? Like, on top of other things, the approach, the personnel that we're using. Why is Gage Larvin on the field so much? This is stuff that the Browns can change. Like, this is stuff that they can change. They're not handcuffed to these mistakes. They're choosing to make these mistakes. And I think that's the most frustrating part. It's why I can't just sit here and be like, oh, well, Kevin's put in a bad spot. The offense isn't very good, but it's because the personnel isn't good. I'm not seeing a coordinator be greater than his parts right now. I'm seeing a coordinator letting down what already is a bad offense. Like, straight up. The problem here isn't that the players are letting down the coordinator, it's that they're both letting each other down. They're both feeding into this cycle. It's insane to me. It's insane. They can't be this bad. There's no excuse for them to be this bad. And it's starting to affect everybody, right? Like, it just is. It just is. It makes no sense that we're targeting Isaiah Bond more than we're targeting the 2 Pro Bowlers combined that we have on this team. It makes no sense. That's my issue with the offense. And that's why I have no confidence right now that the solution is ever going to be Kevin Stefanski as he is right now. Maybe I'm wrong on that. And I hope I am wrong on that, because I want the Browns to be able to solve this problem without having to move a ton of pieces. But it just doesn't look possible right now. It really doesn't. That sucks to be at that place, but it just really doesn't. Somebody said that the team sucks because the owner sucks. I don't think that the ownership has been the problem. Like, yeah, you could blame ownership for the Deshaun Watson trade, and that certainly has put the team in a tizzy, but they shouldn't be this bad, though. Like, even when I consider all of the Deshaun Watson stuff and everything that they sacrificed to go and get Deshaun Watson and how much of a mistake that was, and even if I'm generous enough to assume that the only person in that building who wanted Deshaun Watson was the owner, right? You still shouldn't be this bad. You really shouldn't. You should be a little bit better than you are right now. Like, there's no way I can flip this and make it so that this is an acceptable result. And it's not just that you're losing to the Patriots. The Patriots are a better team than you. It's that you are just so inept on offense. Hopeless on offense. 3 yards per play on offense. Outside of the first drive, 3 yards per play. I think we had 1 extended drive or 2 extended drives after that first drive. Are you kidding me? There's no way that 11 NFL players cannot be better than this. Okay? There's no way that some other coach wouldn't get more out this offense than what we're getting right now. There's no way that this is the best that the Cleveland Browns can do. And I can't accept it. Cavs play today. So I'll be talking about that later. Hopefully they win. I could be happy about it. But it's Cavs home opener today. Yeah. So there's that. But let me make sure I finished out all the super chats, and then we'll head out. Yeah, man. I hope by some miracle that putting in Shador. And look, man, I'm desperate for solutions here, dude. Like, I hope by some miracle that putting in Shador somehow solves all these problems, right? But I think that's a really unfair expectation to have of the 144th pick of the draft, man. Like, the kind of quarterbacks that come in and solve the kind of problems that the Cleveland Browns have are the kind of quarterbacks that day one go not day one, but that are undoubted, unanimous #1 overall picks coming out of college. And even those guys can't fix everything, right? Like Andrew Luck couldn't fix everything for the Colts. You need a Joe Burrow type to just come in and fix all of that, right? And yeah, by some miracle, maybe Shador comes in here and he becomes Joe Burrow, right? But, I'm not going to put those expectations on him. I think that's super unfair. Like, I think my expectation for Shador when he plays is that it's probably going to look the same as every other quarterback in this offense. And that's no real, slight on him as much as it is a statement on the offense. I'm hopeful that there could be an answer, but I'm going to be honest with you. I think we've seen enough evidence that the offense is contributing to the problems that we're having at quarterback as well. It just looks like that's the case. I don't think there's really any way around it anymore. And I know that maybe I've wanted a way around it. But that's what it is. You just got to look at it head on, because I don't want to be sitting here, best case scenario, in a Bengals Zach Taylor situation. Even if you get it right at quarterback, with whoever you get it right with at quarterback. End of the day, I want the Browns to be in the best position they could possibly be at to be successful. And for a while, I thought Kevin Stefanski would be part of that. I am finally at the point to where I don't believe Kevin Stefanski is a part of the best case scenario for the Browns. And that sucks because there are some positives that he brings to the table. You know, I don't think the locker room culture is bad right now. I think it's pretty good. They were fighting their ass off in this game. But it doesn't matter if you can't get the offense to a respectable place. And we're just nowhere near respectable right now. We're so inept. We're worse than last year. It can't happen. It's not acceptable. You know, one time it happens, we can blame it on DTR and Deshaun Watson. The second time in a row it happens, got to start looking at you, right? You know, and he's had all these offensive coordinators, so there's really nowhere else to go. It's tough. Yeah, I don't think people's bar is high for this offense right now. I just think people want to feel a little better about the offense. Like, I don't think people are expecting them to score 30, 40 points, man. I just think they want the offense to just have some life to it. And that's the issue. We have no life right now, man. No life. Yeah, I want to make this point too, because most of this video is going to be about firing Kevin Stefanski. So the natural question is going to be, hey, Quincy, who do you think they should hire if you want Kevin gone? I think the Browns have to be open to maybe the solution to their problem being somebody that we may not have heard of. I've seen Floating Bear in chat say there's no got to have them assistant coach right now. And that's true. But, you know, I don't remember Sean McVay really being a got to have him guy, right? Like, there are times where Kevin O'Connell is another example of a guy who I don't remember being a got to have him guy, right? You know, there are guys right now working under talented offensive minds who are ready for an opportunity, who might be able to take your offense to the next step, that it's the Browns' job to identify. I don't know who those names are, right? You know, I'm open to the answer to the problem as far as coach being and the solution being somebody I've never heard of. You know what I mean? Too often when we talk about coaching searches, we just fall back on the names that we know because that's all we can really evaluate is the names that we know. But this is where, you know, especially if Andrew Berry stays after this, which I expect Andrew Berry to stay, that's where Andrew's going to have to do his job and find out who are these guys who have their finger on the pulse and go out and get one of those guys, right? That's where DePodesta's going to have to do his job. Like, they're going to have to figure out who has their finger on the pulse and who that guy is. And if that guy is somebody we've never heard of, I'm okay with that. You know, I don't need a high-profile coach to walk in here. I just need somebody who can get more out the offense than we're currently getting. You can keep Jim Schwartz. We just need to get more out the offense right now. You know, I think Jim Schwartz would be a perfect person to keep. He's a former head coach. So if you hire a first-time head coach, just keep him. I don't think it'd be that hard to convince him to stay. So, yeah, like, you know, I don't want to get caught up in the name game with coaches here, but the Browns have to solve a problem this offseason, which is this offense is unbearable right now, and it's been unbearable for 2 years. They have to identify, and I think I'm at the point to where I'm ready to say it, Kevin's not part of the solution, so he has to go. So you got to find somebody who can get more out the offense from a coaching perspective. I think looking at offensive minds who are ready to step up is a perfectly reasonable place to go there. And then you got to get better personnel. You got to get better on the offensive line. You got to get better at quarterback, and you got to get better at wide receiver, right? However it is that you get better, you got to get better there. You got draft picks. You got free agent space. Got to do what you need to do. But, yeah, if you're asking me, what do I think is next? That's what I think's next. This whole offseason has to be about that was strange. Sorry about that. But this whole offseason has to be about getting the offense better. And it has to be more than surface deep, what the solutions we're looking for. It can't be we're going to bring in this offensive assistant and we're going to bring back Bill Callahan and that's going to fix things. It's not going to be convincing. You know, I think the problem is structural with the offense. And that means that the people putting up the structures got to go. In my opinion. Sucks to be here, but that's where we are. Y'all have a great day. Have even better night. And you know what sucks? Myles Garrett had 5 freaking sacks in this game. I talked about it for 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Because of the state of the offense. 5 sacks. And the game wasn't close enough for one of them sacks to matter. Can't keep putting your star player through this. Can't keep putting the defense through this. Gotta fix it. And maybe your solution isn't going to happen this year, but boy, if you walk into next year and do this shit next year, bro, you asking for the house to be burnt. That's my thoughts. Y'all have a great day. Let me catch up with Super Chats. And look, I do think there's a way you could do this, by the way, where it doesn't include blowing up the entire team. I don't think you got to fire Andrew Berry, right? Like, I think there's a way to do this where you can keep Jim Schwartz, you can keep Andrew Berry, you can keep the elements of this team that have worked, right? You just got to get somebody else in there, okay? Like, you know, there's a way to keep some things intact because the whole thing is not rotten. You don't got to throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? Like, they drafted really well. The defense has been developing players really well. It's just the offensive side of the ball that's been a letdown. It just so happens that the offensive side of the ball is the head coach. So just got to fix that part of the problem. I think there's a way to do this without having to tear the whole thing down. But if you go into next year and you're betting on Kevin because you hired a new offensive line coach and a new wide receivers coach, and that does not work and it has predictable results, then you're begging for the whole thing to be burned down. You can salvage this thing and give yourself so much more time if you just move on at the end of the season from Kevin. And I think that's just what you have to do at this point. Unless we see something extraordinary after the bye week, I just don't see how we're going to get to that place where that's not the answer. This But that's it, man. Y'all have a great day. Have an even better night. Peace.